The AAA Podcast. We're aware, alive, and about it. We're here to cover all topics, no holds barred. From politics to sports, we've got you covered. No topic is off limits. No issue is too hot. This is the AAA Podcast.
Welcome back.
What's happening?
We back, bro. I know we probably passed it, but I'm gonna just pretend since I wasn't here for a couple episodes that this is episode 100. And
Okay, I'll take it.
I'll take it, bro. Yo, with that being said, we wouldn't even be at episode 100 if I didn't give a shout out and show much love and respect to my partner in crime, my crimey, my homie, my ace, and I hope her and her family is doing good. So shout out to Tia. I miss her so much, man.
And young Ash, she was there
young
first.
Ash. Yo, man, I'll be missing
my hat
so much.
If you guys can see it, she made that with a.
She made that?
Yeah.
What? That hat is hard. No, hey, don't tell Diallo I've been liking other people's merchandise.
No, she made me 4 of them, so I got like different types.
I'm gonna need to come. I'm gonna have to come visit you at your crib, man. I'm gonna come over there and see you. Come get it hot.
It's going down. And congrats to you, man, for that interview. Yeah, man.
Hey,
you are slowly becoming the real estate guy,
bro.
You know?
Not on purpose. But hey, Sean said he got into it not on purpose. But
I mean, it is.
I know a guy. I know a guy who knows a guy.
But it's different, bro. It was a dope interview. Really good job. Good job.
Thank you. I just try to make the team proud and our parents proud of us. And so
it was dope.
It was dope to connect, bro. It's so enlightening having conversations with different people doing so many different things, and you get out of your bubble of life. That's like the dopest thing ever, to get out of your bubble of life. And there you go.
It's here. What's going on, y'all?
What's happening, homie?
What up, brother? Hey, man. Hey, all love, props, and everything else. So we appreciate you. Thank you, bro. And I know you've been going through it, you and your fam. But I want you to know all the guys on this show, on the sports show, and everything else was sending you a lot of love. I don't know if you got to see, we did a tribute for your mom on the sports show.
I didn't see it. I'm gonna check it out. Send it to me.
Yeah, we did a tribute for your mom on the sports show and had a moment of silence, bro. So we kept you. I know how you are with religious and everything. So as much as I want to say we kept you in prayers, we also kept you in our thoughts and wanted to be very supportive of you, bro. So we appreciate you, bro.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Real quick before we jump into the news, Madam President in the general is still growing, still building. We're still Madam President in the major is still growing, still building, and we're still grinding away at it.
And we were filming last night.
It's a process, man. Making something, a movie, let alone a movie or documentary, takes time. So I know I tell you people's coming, but please be patient with us. When I say be patient within the fact that we were so excited about this process that we started letting folks know in this new era as we were building step by step. So when y'all found out about it, we were like, still in the early process of it, and the connections that we've made, we're continuing to build off of it. We've got to talk to ambassadors of other countries who are excited about this. They're like, yo, like, what can we do? We've gotten to talk to we've got
international superstars
like Wyclef, who's involved in the project, and we're constantly building and growing this so that when it's done, we not only bring you something that we can make everybody proud of and a lot of Haitians proud of, and even get a chance to understand exactly how monumental that was on a world level.
Yeah,
that moment in time, but how much it just means to us as a company, as some brothers from small ass Youngstown / Cleveland, Ohio, who is like trying to sit there and add to putting it on the map, man. We want to make our imprint for the city and show that we doing it just like guys like Fly did it, just like we got all these athletes from the like Lynn and Reese and
Ishmael.
Ish and Terry Rozier, and there's so many more of the guys. Terry Taylor, who's old school, but there's so many brothers that have came before us, and we want to make our mark on the world while still representing Yo at all times. So that Y and the O is always forever in my heart, no matter what my zip code is today. I know where the hell I came from. That makes me appreciate and understand about survival and coming up. So much as I ran my mouth and everything else, Reggie, you got anything you want to say before we jump into the news?
I was kind of going to touch on what y'all just were talking. I mean, about Haiti. Did y'all hear about the former first lady of Haiti getting indicted?
Yeah, they indicted her or whatever case, or tried her or something for being responsible for killing her, playing a part in killing her husband or whatever.
Yeah.
It's all
wow.
There.
I mean, I kind of figured that anyway, because like, you know, when people do shit like that, they don't leave no witnesses, bro. I would have smoked. I mean, I'm just saying I wouldn't do no shit like that. But if it happened, I would have definitely shot her. Why wouldn't you shoot her?
Yeah. That's wild, bro.
It's sad, man.
It is sad. It is sad because that gun that killed him, which I knew beforehand, came from the United States, just like any other gun does.
Hey, dude, the president from Mexico once sometimes said when he was on a Breakfast Club, he said Mexico doesn't have a drug problem. That's your people. But y'all like to blame Mexico for the issues your people have. Mexico has a violence and gun problem. And if y'all cry about where do y'all get all y'all drugs from that come through us, let's complain about where do we get all our guns from.
Right. You know how much an AK-47 costs in Mexico? Because they're completely, all guns are illegal there. You know how much an AK costs?
How much?
10,000 US.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Hey, how much is that in pesos?
Millions.
I was about to say, man, that's probably like $30,000.
Right. See, when people talk about Mexico, we always like to look at a lot of poor Mexicans. There's a lot of rich Mexicans too. A lot of very, very, very rich Mexicans. And they're the ones who got it. And they got all their guns from here. So we're just really trading them dope for guns. And the dope don't even really come from them. They come from Colombia and shit. So
Facts.
I mean, you know, we don't make AKs, right?
I mean, yeah, but there's other guns. I know they're mostly
okay.
Russian.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. But it's kind of like cars. There's more cars here than anywhere else. So like if you look at the stolen cars that are like, I don't know if you know about the stolen car ring, like the New Jersey Drive shit in Africa.
Oh, in Africa? Hold on, what?
Yeah. Listen to this. This is what they do. A person in Africa will order a car. They're like, I want a 2018 Mercedes-Benz E-Class, right? All you got to do is go rob the person for the gun, right? I mean, rob the person for the car, right?
Laura.
They'll go to the fucking junkyard and get a salvage title. And once it's over there, they don't have the regulations that we have here. So all their cars, even their Toyotas, Hondas, and all that shit, you can even send with like Obama stickers and shit on them because they're fucking stealing them from here and they're sending them there for half the price.
But most of those are European colonies that have been pretty much, I don't want to say freed, but revolutionized. So wouldn't they drive on the other side of the road and have cars with the other?
They don't care. They steal them.
No. You talking about the steering wheel? You talking about the steering wheel?
Like wouldn't
listen, great point. Their Toyotas and their Hondas and shit like that. So it's interchangeable. So it don't make no motherfucking difference. You know what I'm saying? It don't make no difference. But I don't know about Nigeria. I don't know if they drive on the left side.
Yeah, I don't know either. I'm just saying, like, to me, I don't know. But yeah, that's crazy. That's what they're doing.
Look at it this way. Wait a second. Hey, Laura. When I was in we were in St. Thomas, they drove on the other side of the road with the steering wheel and everything else was still
US
regular. Yeah, still US.
Wow. Okay.
Now that's strange. That's strange.
Yeah.
Okay, so here in Northwest Ohio, they'll get between Detroit and Northwest Ohio, you'll get your vehicle stolen. And they did a whole special thing on it where they was not only vehicles, bro, they were stealing like dump trucks from companies and from city, like townships and stuff like that. And they would find the vehicles through trackers and everything else, like months to a year later, over like in the Middle East and everything else, because they get stole, they get taken through Canada, then they get shipped or whatever the case. And it was wild. They did a whole documentary on it and everything else. It was crazy.
Hold up, wait. first, before I say this, why did this African part come up?
I forget. Oh yeah, we're talking about how like in Mexico, how we're exchanging the guns for dope, and then you're like, we don't make AK-47s. I said that's correct. I said, but we have so many guns here.
Okay,
so many. You know what I mean?
Because I was about to say, and I'm glad we kind of, because I wanted to make sure I didn't harp on the wrong point. But I don't know if y'all know this, but in season 2 of The Wire, they have this whole scenario y'all just laid out right before you and showing you how the cars get stolen and shipped to other countries and paid for with, dirty money from coke and thing deals. I mean, they broke the whole thing down. So yeah, I can definitely understand it. But again, I don't, I was just curious, like, man, why would they want American cars? Because it's like we drive on the wrong side of the road and our steering wheels are different. But again, I don't know, the customs in Africa, it's a freaking continent. It's like 50,000 countries.
Exactly.
I don't know.
It's kind of like we all know Vivo. Vivo's all of our dude, right? I remember when he first was in the military, like maybe his first 5-6 years, he always would come down here and kick it with me real hard. Matter of fact, longer than that. I say, shit, Jamar, you've even fucking been there. This been 15 years maybe.
Yeah.
But I remember in particular, years and years and years ago, maybe like 04, 05, 06, this motherfucker would come down with shit I had never seen before. You know what I'm saying?
Jordan was always doing some different shit.
Yes. Yeah. And it was
Reg.
Did he freeze? I thought it was my computer at first because I clicked.
Yeah, I thought the whole thing froze. I'm like, what? Yeah. Reggie, you froze up. Man, we wanted to hear this Jurley Vivo. I didn't want to hear
the bro. I got Vivo, my brother, like to end. Like, go ahead, Reg, you froze up.
So listen, the rules and the laws are different in fucking Korea and shit. They don't have the piracy rules and all that shit like how we got here. They never have. So a lot of shit that was coming out on the streets maybe 6 months later, he already had it. He had every fucking thing. He had the first modded Xbox I've ever seen. He had every fucking thing. Wow. Because they don't care over there.
They don't care.
Wow. First I was gonna say, how they get it? They made that shit.
They made it, yeah.
They made the technology, so of course it's easy for them to pirate this shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if y'all ready, because I'm ready.
In the news,
we're gonna jump into the news. I'm working on my voice, taking singing lessons in private with myself. I'm gonna get instructed.
That's all bad.
Facts. So we're gonna jump it off with Texas teen loses battle in court over in-school suspension because of his dreadlocks. And I'm gonna share the young man up on the screen.
That's a shame. It's 2024 and we're still dealing with blatant racism. The only reason why they don't like it, I mean, I'm gonna say it is obvious, is because anything that's black, anything that looks black, people always have a fucking problem with it. I've heard so many stories about, people getting suspended from school, banned from here because of dreadlocks. It's traditional African heritage. They don't like it. Bottom line.
Bro, that stuff is it's wild. It's extremely wild and disrespectful.
It is disrespectful.
I'm don't get me wrong, I'm normally like the first person I've learned in my life to become this person who wants to get the whole story before I go weigh in or something. Jump and want to scream like this is about race. And this is about race, but on a deeper level. This is about culture. And when it's about culture and making a statement, this is about a school system in a town that fought hard because they wanted to quote unquote take a stand over with everything that's going on and the way the climate is and whatnot. They chose to fight this, and this boy and his family had to fight all the way to this point because from a cultural standpoint, they're trying to make a stand in their mind, their way of thinking like, yo, we're tired of them getting their way. We're tired of all this bending over and taking it. And they wanted to make a stand like, you're going to follow this and we don't care. And they don't care so much that there's even, it's called the Crown Act, which is supposed to protect people in Texas, especially students, when it comes to being discriminated against or being punished because of the way that their hair is and the way that they wear their hair. And the judge was made aware of that. And even the people who sat there and created this Crown Act and got it passed, and they came in and spoke on behalf of it, and the judge still didn't give a fuck and pass the judgment that he passed. That's crazy to me.
That's that good old boy shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with both of you, and just about all the views that I've seen leaning towards this being an injustice. Yeah, but I'm gonna be honest with both of y'all. In America, move.
Damn. You said
That's
move?
move.
Hey, America's, you know what? America's kind of getting at that point to make you be like,
It
I
is.
thought
No,
about it.
I didn't say leave the country. I just said move.
Oh, move out of those areas.
Yeah,
Okay.
not
Listen.
you don't got to go to Canada or Africa or anything like that. I'm just saying, just move, leave.
Listen,
I mean, you don't have to be there. You really don't.
I feel both of y'all. You right. He could just move. His mom could just move. And Jamar, I feel you. You know, America is starting to be less and less interesting to me, especially if we're talking about from a financial situation. But the thing is like, why the fuck do I have to do that? That's a lot. Just
because you live in a racist country,
or a racist town, or in a racist county, or in a.
You're right. You're right. I'm not even going to debate with you about that because you're 1,000% correct. But at some point, you have to take a stand. Every right that we have, every right that we have, even us talking right now, this had to be fought for. This had to be fought for, bro. Listen, just for me even speaking to you had to be fought for. So after a while, you got to just be like, this is what it is. I know I'm in the right. But see, the problem is he's going to lose things in his life. He's probably going to lose some of his childhood. He's probably going to flunk out of school. But at the end of the day, we know he's going to win a lawsuit. We know.
I hope so. But
again, Bill should do better with the appeal. But at the same time,
my advice is to move.
Move. I would move.
I feel you. But that sounds like, think about what that sounds like.
I don't care.
That's like saying telling the Palestinians to move.
If we want to think about this, in this country, this very exact same country we're talking about, they call it all of a sudden a diaspora from the South, when most of those African Americans under Jim Crow laws moved up north for a better life, right? So this is not something new. What are you talking about? Like,
no. Listen.
We've done this before. Like we've moved all across this country for opportunity because wherever we were at lacked it. This wasn't a situation where everybody just stood up and fought and did a Rosa Parks situation. And even if you did fight, leaving is part of the fight.
That's one way of
taking your tax dollars out of a state that's racist is a protest.
Yeah, but still though, man, like sometimes you got to put your.
It's not what you want to see,
down, bro.
No, it's not what Reggie want to see. You know what I'm saying? It's not what Reggie want to see, but it makes a statement.
Listen.
And if more people did that,
and I'm not debating that with you. I'm not, like I said, you hitting points. So I'm not telling you you're wrong. I'm not telling you that you're wrong. But sometimes, man, you just can't keep dealing with all that fuck shit. That boy, or whatever, nowadays you don't know what to call him.
So on Instagram,
that young man is not doing nothing wrong. You feel me?
On Instagram,
it's just crazy.
D Will, aka my cousin down in Georgia with the badass RS5, says things will never be the same. Well, things will never be the way they are if we just move. And so I think
we did just move. Like that's the thing. Like that's what y'all not seeing. It already historically happened as a fact. So you saying this if we did, it wasn't an if. We've already done it.
Yeah, but still though, it's not the same way that you're saying it. Like my grandfather, he moved up here from the South. And he did move up here for opportunity, but he wasn't running away from anything. Most Black people that are in Ohio, Pennsylvania, Indiana, Illinois, and Michigan, they came up here to work for
you're wrong. You are the opportunity was to work for those, to get the job, the opportunity was there.
Yeah.
But the reason you left is because you were denied opportunity through Jim Crow laws. Yes, that's a fact, Reggie. And also
That's true, but it was
they were
up here
taking
too,
people's
though, bro.
they were taking they were taking people's land in the South. So you were losing your land.
What years is you talking about? How far
This
back is you talking?
I'm talking about the 1930s, the 1940s, going into the 50s. During that 30-year time span, you had about 13 to 14 million African Americans leave the South to go north to escape
That's
Jim
true.
Crow laws.
That's true, but a lot
So
of it is not just Jim Crow. It's a lot of it is because the demand for labor up here was so fucking fierce, bro, that I don't think that you're taking that into consideration.
it's all in consideration. I'm not talking about my personal consideration. I'm talking about the fucking facts.
Yeah, but I don't like the run thing. I'm not. It's
It's not
2020.
about running. That's how you look at it.
I
Again, that's
don't
how
wanna
Reggie
run.
looks at it. Nobody ran. You fought a situation you did not win, so you left.
I'm talking about now. Now,
Okay.
I
But
don't
again,
think that he
I
should
didn't
run.
expect my opinion to be popular anyway. I'm just saying. This is how I felt.
Well,
I mean, it's a simple solution, but
overall, all three of us come from or have the
Again,
experience.
and I don't think your solution is wrong either. Like I don't
Yeah.
think fighting is wrong. I just think that it should be handled a different way. That's all.
Right. All right. So overall, they're going to appeal it, and hopefully, some form of justice or solution is done with this. I'm not holding my breath for it because I
it's
like to
gonna be
live
done.
and I like to breathe.
Yeah.
But we know how the American system can work for you as well as the American system can work.
Let this be a lesson.
Yeah.
Vote in your local elections.
True.
You control who sits on those seats in those circuit courts. You control who sit in those seats in those local circuit courts. You control that. Vote. Make your voice heard. It's a shame that we have to have this situation to encourage us to now say, okay, maybe that judge don't need to be there. But if they examine his track record in the past and he got a track record of fuck shit like this,
Yeah.
he shouldn't be there. And they could have.
Here.
But again, that's just me saying that this is just an opportunity to go out and say, hey,
your local vote matters so much more to you on a day-to-day basis than when they hype your ass up to go vote for which one of these crooked motherfuckers on either side, and both sides is crooked, is going to sit there and look out for you. So please vote locally. Your councilman matters. You get to vote for not only that, you get to vote for the district attorney. You get to vote for fucking sheriff,
common pleas court, juvenile court, circuit court. All we control all that. So again, this is if the fight's gonna be the fight. There it is. There's your fight.
And can we put the rest, anybody with the ideology in the United States, and I'm only really talking to black people because I only really hear black people say this. Can we please either go kill yourself or shut the fuck up saying, oh, my vote don't count. Voting don't do nothing. Ooh. Think about what you're saying. People done lost their motherfucking lives for this shit. People stand at the fucking polls to try to deny people from fucking voting, trying to intimidate them still in 2024. Mm-hmm. So for no other reason, I'm going to do it just because I know that you don't want me to. For real.
Those are facts, though.
It is a fact.
The last thing I'll say about it, and I don't want to harp because we got like a ton of shit to talk about. But I was able to keep 3 of my young students out of jail because of judges who were voted into office who had understandings of people in urban situations and these judges, they and Judge Sheen is who I'm referring to, and mostly because he put together programs for first-time offenders, for juvenile offenders with, again, there's levels of the crimes that you could, in a sense, commit and not get into a program. But if it's just enough for you to, get by, like I had a youngin get caught with an AK-47, a shotgun, and a pistol, and some marijuana in a car. And through my connections and us talking and getting him away from the public defender, first of all, who told him to take the charge and go take the probation in jail, whatever they were going to give him. No. So we got him into a program with Judge Sheen, and he got off. I don't want to say got off. He went through the program and did not receive a record, no jail time, nothing at all. So we have to have people in place who are advocates for us, because if you don't, this is what happens. That's all I'm gonna say.
Facts. Next up, we have in the news Fannie Willis versus Trump and
the state. Oh gosh.
I'll pass because I don't know too much about that.
All right. So basically, if what I get is they're trying to say she benefited financially because of it's all they're doing is they know it won't stand up in court, but all him and his attorneys are doing. If I'm being honest, and somebody else who's watching can try to correct me and tell me different. But what I gather from actually, I'm being honest, it's a brilliant delay tactic for them to allow to try to gather what they need to do or whatever the case, because they know this wouldn't hold up. But all Trump's attorneys have been doing across the board in all his cases is trying to find the best angles to create delay. Most of them know, and not all, but in most cases, the motherfucker is guilty.
Yeah.
Guilty, and he's caught. But their idea is to delay. So what they find out, she was smashing the homie. She didn't start smashing the homie, according to her, after she already appointed them, and they were going through the process and they got to know each other more. And then they dated for a little bit. And he
was married.
Huh?
You say? That's why he was married.
Yeah. And so, and at different points of time while they was messing around with each other, like he was an a-hole, and he felt a certain way, and she felt like as a strong, independent woman, so she paid for all her own shit anyways, out of her own pocket. And so it's the whole thing is just looking at two people who messed around, it didn't work out, and once Trump attorneys got a hold of it, because one of the other people actually had the connections, he was trying to save himself and trying to delay. He sat there, brought it to the table. Trump attorneys took it and ran with it. And this is why we're at this point where we're at now, where, go ahead.
No, but did you see, as you said, his attorneys were so focused in on this that they missed the appeal to file for his presidential immunity trial situation. They missed it. So he's now on the hook. The presidential immunity thing that he tried to, that whole thing is pretty much done because they missed the filing deadline. Yeah, because they were focused on this. Well, not just this. They had like 30 other cases too, but they missed that filing deadline. I mean, they could try to appeal and fight it, but they missed the deadline. That was like, okay, you're right, because this is what they were focused on.
Yeah, so I think Georgia scares him in a different way, because he's on tape multiple times. We only at first when this happened, we only heard the one tape, and we didn't know that he called the other dude, and then that's on tape. And I believe the other guy's the one who passed away, right?
Yeah.
But he recorded it. And the sad part about it is this. Listen, I'm not Republican, I'm not Democrat. What I am is about uncovering the truth. These are Republicans who have him on tape.
Yeah.
This is the wrong party.
Paid staff.
Like, and in Georgia, if this was in a lot of other states, he could have got away with it because it was recorded without his permission. He could have fought it, and his lawyers probably would have got him out of it. But in Georgia, you can record, and you don't need other parties' permission.
Wow. So that's just a coincidence, man.
What a coinkydink.
Yeah, he got caught up in the.
Well, listen, he has no other play. But to
No, in Georgia, he there is delayed, man. All I've learned is it's a clever strategy.
It is, and that's the only strategy he got.
Delay.
Right, man. I mean, is it a clever strategy, or is it the only one?
It might be the only one.
Both of them, because one or two things can happen, and one or two things are going to happen. Either he gonna get old and die, which we know is going to happen, or he gonna become the president again, and get presidential immunity. So he don't have no other play but to fucking stall it.
Good luck on that one, man.
Right, because one of them gonna happen. I think what he thinks in his mind is that he gonna be able to keep procrastinating until he gets so old that he die.
I don't know. I think he thinks he'll get back in.
Either way is a win-win.
While we're speaking on Trump, let us talk about all the fuss, the raid. Listen, bro, I don't like it no more than y'all like it about these Trump sneakers.
Listen, anybody that put them fucking shoes on their feet is a motherfucking coon.
They're gonna do it.
Somebody,
I've already posted
in a rap video and a rock video. And
I already posted one dude. He's like, yeah, they're kind of cool. Ain't shit cool about them fucking silly ass
not
shoes.
Cool at all. But yeah, they're gonna do it. Yeah, it's gonna happen.
Bro, I've learned something. Thanks to Colin Kaepernick. He made me pay attention to start to learn different. That started this journey. And I was semi there, but in and out. And then the Kaepernick thing happened. And when it comes to America, and so many people being so pro-America and so respecting the flag, thanks to that, I realized all those people who were so pro-America and respecting the flag and all the other stuff, how much in that process they were disrespecting the very fucking thing that they were talking about protection. And you listen, bro, you're not supposed to have the flag on no buttons. You're not supposed to have the flag on no little pins on your shirt. You're not supposed to have the flag on no fucking tennis shoes, no t-shirts, no socks, no hats, none of that. Nope. Look it up. I can't make it up. No, it's there. But all of golly, man, it's just stupid. It's stupid.
Did you see the clip I posted earlier? The Fox News clip. He's like, yeah, I think that is going to really bring out a lot of black voters. You know, they really like those type of shoes, and
they like sneakers.
Yeah, they like sneakers, and I'm like, man, that is fried.
Nah, they're gonna buy the shoes, but that's not gonna get you to vote because most of them people don't vote.
They don't vote, and if they buying it, because they look at it like it's a hustle.
Yeah, most of those people don't. Most of those people not going to be voters, but you know,
I wouldn't even. But I mean, you could though. You could probably sell them to.
The resale was crazy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. People gonna hustle them. Black people gonna buy them. People gonna, but it's not gonna. I don't think it'll translate to votes. But even if it does, life is what it's gonna be at this point. I don't give a shit if they flip for shoes. Okay.
So next up, we have Bitcoin making a comeback.
Mm-hmm.
Don't mess with that scammer.
Hey, listen, crypto it's no different than marijuana. Or no different. We went through something else that was just different. Just about this.
What you mean? I'm high right now.
Yeah, I want to hear this.
When I say it's no different than marijuana is that in the sense in the standpoint of until they can find a way to control it, to benefit off of it, to corner the market, to control the market, they don't want it in play. And when cryptocurrency came out, all governments, especially US and some of the other Western allies, was like, yo, we can't control it. We can't monopolize it how we want to monopolize it. It's an unchecked system. It's an unchecked world. It's an unchecked currency. And they didn't know. They didn't understand it. And so when that happened, they went out of their way to do everything they could to tank the market when it came to, I'm not speaking specifically to Bitcoin. I'm talking cryptocurrency across the board. And
okay.
Yeah.
I'm thinking like, man, you didn't lost it, man.
Okay.
I don't think, but I still don't think we should compare it to marijuana, though. I think that's
When I say that, it was like marijuana for the longest. It was they could like Ohio. It's legal in Ohio, but
because you have exchanges, you have stock exchanges that have Bitcoin on it for like 10 or 15 years. So
yes, but they slowed when it first happened. I'm talking about when it first came out and it first started happening. Governments went into panic. Marijuana, when I'm sitting saying, listen to me, let me finish. The comparison is this: marijuana in Ohio. What are they doing right now? What is Governor DeWine just signed something else, or whatever case to slow it down? Until they get a system in place that they feel comfortable, they will use every measure, every ounce of power to slow down that until they feel like they have a control on it, they have the proper hold on it. So whatever case. So by the time it gets to us as the regular people, they've already had their hands in it and set up who, what, and what institutions back who, or how hard it is for you to get in the actual game to make the real good money off of it. That's what they did with marijuana in Michigan. That's what they're trying to do with marijuana in Ohio. I know you disagree.
I'm gonna let it go. Let's keep it moving, man. That's okay.
So it's making a comeback. And I knew it was gonna make a comeback. It was more about me myself financially being in a position to. I still have Bitcoin. I haven't even checked it. I never even sold when it went down. I never even sold what I had. So, but I haven't checked to see if it's jumped up to where I really made some money. And I probably won't sell it again. I think cryptocurrency, I always knew cryptocurrency wouldn't go away. Always felt like it was just more about going through the process of governments trying to rein it in, trying to figure out how to tax it, how to sit there to control the narrative. Because tell me I'm wrong, what I've learned about Bitcoin or cryptocurrency is this. A dude once, when Bitcoin first came out, a guy sat there, turned around and bought a Lamborghini. One dealership in LA let him buy a Lamborghini. And it was like a crazy sum amount in cryptocurrency. And he bought it. And the dealership let him. This is when the whole Bitcoin thing was going crazy. And he bought it, let's say for 1 million shares or whatever it is for the Bitcoin. So he bought it and he got his Lamborghini. He paid cryptocurrency. Well, Bitcoin kept going up. So what happens is that dealership that had that Bitcoin and held on to it, now that let's say 1 million in cryptocurrency now went up from 1 million to like freaking 7 million in cryptocurrency or whatever the case. And so that was the dope part. That's a good part and a bad part about it. You can make 7 million by trading or purchasing things in cryptocurrency, and it could drop and it devalue it like within a day. Like what happened with Bitcoin when Elon Musk did what he did. Remember that when he tweeted what he tweeted or whatever the case, and it dropped like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I lost some money on that, and it dropped down when it was climbing at a height. So that's the scary part about it, where the dollar jumps and drop, but it doesn't drop like in one day, like that extreme compared to what Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies can do. Go ahead.
Okay, so I'm gonna add a different perspective about the reason the Bitcoin crashed, and I don't think it was because of government. You had several, I don't want to call them exchanges because they weren't exchanges, but you had several companies who had apps for people to purchase to help mine for Bitcoin, right? And around the time when the LA Rams were playing, I think it was the Bengals for the championship, you had maybe 20 to 30 commercials back to 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 back with these celebrities endorsing not Bitcoin itself, but these apps to help purchase Bitcoin. So when you do get your Bitcoin, we house your money in your Bitcoin in these banks, and then you watch your currency increase, you watch your investment increase. But when these folks went to go withdraw from this investment, that money was gone, because you had several CEOs pull those funds for financial reasons, for personal reasons, plane trips, boats, skis, resorts, advertisements in the Super Bowl. They were living these extravagant lifestyles and pulling the money from these funds. So the average people like you and I were losing hundreds of thousands of dollars, not knowing where they went, and couldn't get it back because there was no legal system in place for you to track it down yet. So that's why the government got involved, and that's why Bitcoin began to tank, because people realized it wasn't regulated as they thought, right? So now, in the beginning of 2024, Bitcoin's making this big comeback, but it's not necessarily the comeback the way it was before. Right now, you have what they call electronic funds exchanges, right? Where almost like a mutual fund, you can purchase Bitcoin, but you're not actually purchasing the Bitcoin itself. You don't need an app to help you store it and track it and house it. You almost like Vanguard or New York Life or whatever. You purchase it from a company, right? And you purchase a bulk of Bitcoin. You don't purchase the actual Bitcoin itself. You purchase a few Bitcoin companies, and then, prayerfully speaking, your levels arise. But people have been investing in that because they feel protected. They know that the SEC, the Security Exchange Commission, is watching over this, and they have laws in place now that when you do invest your money, it can't just disappear if the stock value is still there, or if the value of the Bitcoin is still there. Your funds have to be there. They have to be covered. So people, the security is now there. So now they're like, hey, let's pump into this. We can make money off of this now. I don't know if it'll rise back to the level of popularity where it was, where you have Tom Brady saying, hey, on this app, go ahead and do that. Because again, those guys I think they were held liable for those folks losing their money because they kind of helped them buy into that system. So, but it is making a comeback. And again, I don't think it's a bad thing, but it's not what it was. And I don't think
the craze and everything else that goes around it.
No,
and all
I don't mean that, the craze part. I meant people actually mining Bitcoin and exchanging Bitcoin and searching for Bitcoin. Like that part's not what the craze is now. The craze is going to a company and having them do all that, but now it's regulated financially and legally by the SEC. So now you feel you had some comfort. So it's like, okay, I could put my toe in the water and the shark not gonna bite it off.
Well, you, of course, with anything so me personally, and we'll move on. I agree with you. I feel that people feel more secure investing in anything that has some sort of governance to it. So all I was saying is that beforehand, governments were like, what the fuck is this? And they were playing catch up to it because there was no governance to it. And so there were people making money hand over fist to it, and they couldn't think. Like there was a guy who was like almost damn near a trillionaire, but he was doing illegal shit on the other hand with his Bitcoin. So he was a trillionaire in Bitcoin by Bitcoin standards. And when it all came out, he was worth like a few $1 billion. And when he was overseas somewhere, I forgot where he lived overseas, but they couldn't get his money because they couldn't get access to his Bitcoin account. And there was no way they could do it.
I think I recall. This is coming back to me a bit. I think it was like maybe like 3 billion or something like that. Like something crazy. Yeah, something
crazy.
Wild.
He was worth like 3 billion, and they couldn't get access to it. And as long as he didn't fold on his password, and there's other people who lost their fucking password who are worth millions of dollars if you exchange the Bitcoin, but they lost their passwords. And the way it was set up, it was like, yo.
No, I understand what you're saying, but what I'm saying is that's not why the market, like the government, is not why that market crashed.
Oh no! I'm sitting there saying it played. I'm sitting there saying there's factors. I'm saying that I'm more or less agreeing with you that there were other factors involved, but I'm saying that's one of the factors. And I'm also saying that Elon Musk, on that day when he went on Saturday Night Live, I was like not heavy in the game, but I was there watching it, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And
all right, Aaron.
Yeah, that was fucking Aaron. Aaron told me like, "Don't sell it. Don't sell it. Hold on to it." And I was like,
"I can hear him." Yeah, yeah.
That shit is like, it's fake. There's nothing that's backing it. So. But Bitcoin going down, I really think that the main reason that Bitcoin went down didn't really have so much to do with Bitcoin. Man, there was every kind of fucking coin that you can think of. Dogecoin.
No, it's a fact. Reggie, it's a fact. Like, I'm not telling you my opinion on this. Like, these are facts. Like,
but listen, hear me out. Do y'all remember a few short years ago, when there was so many different kinds of cryptocurrency?
Yeah.
It was more than we can think of.
It still is.
Right. And then to your point, what you said, there was something else happening very similar to what you said as well. What they were doing, these oddball companies, not Bitcoin, all these other companies, they were literally paying celebrities, to your point.
Oh, yeah.
Paying them to promote this shit. Right? As soon as the stock went up, you could make money, but you had to be fast. As soon as it would go up, they would pull it and take their shit and be gone. And that shit happened to millions of people. So, when one's bad, they all bad. So I think that with all that shit that was happening, because a lot of these celebrities, to your point again, a lot of these celebrities have done time for the shit and had to pay fines for the shit.
Mm-hmm.
Look it up.
There's a couple NFL players who got Bitcoin into their contracts. They're paid. So I'm curious as how that went after the market crashed on that. Like,
right. So with all them fucking scams and shit happening,
yeah,
Bitcoin kind of got in the rap with that shit too. People were like, "Oh, I'm out."
But again, that's what I'm saying. It wasn't necessarily the government trying to bring Bitcoin down. It was people doing crooked shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It was that. Everybody had a coin. Everybody had a coin. And what are these coins worth? Nothing.
Well, I'm gonna compare this more so to the NCAA situation. Well, this to me, that's more of a comparison than weed, man.
I think wait, hold up, bro. I know you want to go into it with detail, and this is a dope thing, but we got so much shit to roll.
Yeah.
So we'll leave it at this.
Good point.
We'll save a special episode, and we'll dive into. And I'm gonna try to get Hesh and somebody else to jump on it.
But again, I'm not saying. I'm giving facts, man. Like, my opinion.
It's not about whether you giving facts or not. I'm just saying we got to move.
What you're saying is facts, and what I'm saying is a fact too.
You're fact.
I didn't say you didn't say any facts. I'm just saying, like, I'm not arguing against what you're saying. I'm just saying, like this was more of a situation that people created, man. It wasn't. I don't think. Never mind. Okay, let's get.
I think. All right. Bitcoin just got caught up in the rap.
Kanye West predicted to go #1 again in album sales for Vulture's album with him and my $. Yo, I knew it. I predicted it. The usual people who argue against me and tell me I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, and I be trying to tell them over and over again, like, y'all get caught up in your emotions. The rest of the world reacts off of different shit, even though they be emotional with other stuff, but they don't hate this man enough to ban him forever. He's still viewed as a genius. People still were buying Yeezys. I kept telling y'all, money talks in today's climate. Just understand that today's climate, everything is about money. He moves the needle financially too much for Adidas to take the stand that they took.
And Adidas still losing money.
And the only time they started making money again off of them is when they sat there and said, yo, we're going to make a deal with them. We'll be okay. We're going to sell the rest of the stuff. And then shit flew off the shelf. I'm telling you, I don't have to agree with what Kanye say or Kanye like, but I can understand the truth of the matter. Money freaking talks. And for some reason, this man moves the money needle.
Because he sells controversy. He sells controversy.
Double what he spent on the Super Bowl. And he's still a genius. He still knows how to make a good song. That's the sad part about it. I'm like, yo, like, there's songs on this album before and other people boycotted it and wanted to try to slow him down. The original album, how it was, I heard it. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, why do I like this? And the only reason I hate it is because I have Jewish people who are like family and friends to me. So I feel how they can feel in certain situations about Kanye, but also because of them same people, I have an honest conversation. Shout out to Sid and Nori. And where
Sid, Nori.
Yeah. Shout out to y'all. Where I've been educated about the whole Palestine and Israel thing. And they'll be real. Like, yo, and they're Jewish. There's some wrong on both sides of it. But never mind that. Kanye dope. He dope because he's a genius who's lost his damn mind and still finds a way. Can you imagine Beethoven living in today's climate and how we will be looking at him and be like, what the fuck is this dude on? Albert Einstein, if he lived today with social media and everything else, and as much as he's a genius, but as much as he was a weirdo or as much as he was autistic, as much as he had other things going on, we be like, what the fuck? Kanye West, I promise you, he's dealing with depression, autism, and something else. And he's a freaking genius. And you don't have to agree with everything a person does to still anoint that person. I don't agree with R. Kelly, everything he does, but guess what he is? A musical fucking genius. Musical. I don't know in his personal life, sexually, anything else. Musically.
What you mean you don't know? He was convicted.
Those are two. That's a bad comparison.
No, I'm just sitting there saying, like, you don't have to compare, bro. I don't have to like a person to acknowledge.
No, you said I don't know about his. Like, yes, you do know about his situation.
You sound like Floyd Mayweather now.
I don't know all the full details because I didn't want to divulge myself into it. I knew he was guilty when I first heard him fucking around with Aaliyah back in the days before he caught the first P on you charges. I thought he was a creep. So
he married her when he was 27 and she was 14 years old. That's hardcore evidence. You can't get out of that.
I know he's sick, but the man know how to make some
wiggle out of that.
Bro, even though I knew he was guilty of it back then with Aaliyah, your booty, that shit was hard.
But you know what?
He's a rapist. You know what he knows how to make.
You know what though? We should have never even heard that song. We should have never heard that song.
You shouldn't have, but you did. Bro, if you go back in history and you actually learn about some of our biggest, Elvis Presley, it's almost as fucking bad as fucking R. Kelly.
Elvis was a hero to most.
Bro, fucking around with young ass chicks. Like, bro,
he wasn't a hero to me.
Not look kind.
Check him in, John Wayne.
If you take into context about what was accepted, what was not accepted in those times. Like if you base it on today's standards, a lot of y'all grandma,
what R. Kelly did wasn't accepted in any time.
I know, but I'm not saying that. But I'm sitting there saying if you go based off of the age thing, if you go look at a lot of people, if a lot of people go back and look at what their grandpas, no, not their grandpas, maybe their great grandpas and their great great grandpas, these dudes was 22, 23, 24 years old, marrying 14, 13, 15-year-old girls.
That's great. I'm just talking about somebody who went to jail for it. That's all.
You must be so excited to be out of training.
That's a bad comparison.
Talking about the whole overall reality of the fact of the culture you come from and understanding the culture that you're going into. So I'm not taking up for R. Kelly. I just can sit there and say he's a fucking genius who so also happens to moonlight as a fucking pervert. Two things can be true. You can be a musical genius and an asshole and an ignorant motherfucker at times, like Kanye, or fucking pee on young chicks and want to talk to young chicks would still be a musical genius at the same time as R. Kelly. It's just reality of Anybody got anything else before we jump on to the next thing?
R. Kelly a prevert.
He a prevert. Give it to him. I don't care. Kanye West, but as much as he was so-called canceled and everything else,
I don't really think he did nothing to really get like canceled. He really didn't do anything bad per se. You know what I'm saying? People can have their opinion about anybody. You know, did he say something possibly insensitive, possibly racist? I don't know. But did he commit a crime? No. He's just weird. I'm weird.
You know how today's society is. It's just weird like that. Next up, we got Benzino. Hey, wait. No, my bad. Let me do this one.
Man, I just don't understand why people keep putting a camera in front of that motherfucking man.
Bro,
what is it
about? What 50 Cent said at the height of his prime? He said, I can say his name right now on the fucking radio 3 times and he still ain't gonna sell no records. And he like, Benzino. Yo, once he lost a source, bro, and he went on that person, he turned the source into his personal play toy. It honestly, I know people blame 50 for fucking up New York rap, but I think it was bigger than 50. Benzino fucked up rap music from a
political standpoint.
I guess article was not the word, but from a honest The Source was like the holy grail of hip hop. He fucked it up. Like them 5 mics or 4 mics, whatever mics you got, mattered until they started using their publication to personally go after people. We never looked at the Source like it was personal. We just thought like, yo, these cats is real hip hop critics that's giving opinions. And
It
then
became
once
a tabloid.
Eminem tirade, regardless of whether you like Eminem or not, everything else after that started to show. Nobody knew who fucking Benzino and Dave Mays was until the Eminem thing. When I say that, I mean most people in the general thing didn't care. We just like the Source magazine.
Mm-hmm.
And then
I
once
remember when I seen him
happened,
performing,
they
he
made
won an
themselves
award on the show.
Yeah. So I'm sorry, I'm on a tyrant because this was a pivotal moment and it fucked up my hip hop for me in so many ways. But I'm gonna let you two speak. I ask you two to give your take on Benzino.
I just think Benzino got issues. I think it's hard drugs at this point because I mean you're a grown ass man crying out here. That's not normal.
Before I get to the crime part, I remember I want to say it was maybe 1999, maybe close to 2000 when I first heard Made Men. And that's because they have one fan in Youngstown, Ohio. And that fan was JR. And he forced me to listen to that shit. And I'll be honest, man. Made Men, Ray Benzino's rap group. They had the bangingest production you would ever hear on records, but I just didn't feel nothing from his rap. Like it was street shit. That's everybody, but it was nothing in his voice that was like, oh man, this is okay. This is it. I can recall the first time hearing Noriega. Nori know this, and Nori know that, and Nori know got why, because Nori buck that. Iraq can make him famous, throw gun signs like it's sign language. Like you remember certain people that you hear is like, oh, this guy's got that shit.
Right.
So then once I hear about them or Benzino taking over the Source, and all that stuff that went on, I have to agree. That was a moment in hip hop height where the Source took a nosedive because it was a house of cards at that point because of what he had done to it, right? So hip hop's most precious resource, pun intended, was gone, validity gone. And now, not only I shouldn't say now, at the time, it's like 2005, 2006, around that time, publications are losing steam because people aren't buying those magazines like they were. We're online now. So now you got the Source losing millions of dollars yearly because of the platform is changing and they can't figure out how to adjust. But you got this fuck nut. You got this guy steering the ship. And he don't know what he's doing because again, it's all about the money. Who could pay for this? Who could pay for that? Like the hip hop quotable was you got 50,000 to pay for, or 25, whatever the price was to get your quote there. Okay, and so record labels all across the country was paying these fees to get their artists showcased in this book, and we're looking at this like it's the real deal when it's just money behind whoever they wanted to push. So then I'm gonna fast forward to this interview here, and I'm sensitive to what I'm about to say because of, what just happened. But in that situation, in my opinion, y'all, the issue with the diss record between Eminem and Ray Benzino, it was real personal. They said a lot of stuff about both people, about personal stuff. I mean, like real personal stuff. Right. And so Ray Benzino's mom, passed away. Of course, he got shot trying to get to the funeral or whatever. They tried to kill him. And Eminem brought that shit up. You know what I'm saying? So when you're watching this interview and this guy's drinking, he's smoking, he's high as fuck. He's I think he's in his feelings thinking about all that stuff that Eminem trauma. Talked about.
Yeah, that's the traumatized man.
Yeah. Plus all kind of other stuff all on the weight of his shoulders. You're not seeing the situation in there. You're seeing a result of years of other stuff. In my opinion, that's what you're seeing. Because I mean, I seen grown men cry, grown men break down, and all that stuff. But this kind of breakdown is from past shit. That's not a current.
Traumatized man right there.
Yeah.
You've been through a lot of trauma in his life. So we got one more, and Reggie wanted to talk about this.
Oh gosh.
But it's a dope one. Not dope, but it's sad.
This one. I thought we was gonna do the Wendy Williams.
No. With DC Young Fly, his book bag was stolen. I believe it happened while he was in LA. And within there was some personal stuff, records and different things like that. He wanted, but the most important thing to him, he felt like, was his wife that passed away about a year ago, her death certificate. And we all know, not we all know, but a lot of people can understand how hard it is and the BS you go through with getting death certificates, and just what the sentimental value can mean to some people. So, Reggie, you reckon you brought this one up, bro? I'm gonna let you take the lead on that one.
To me, the situation is sad and it's strange as well. It's sad because I know that, his girl really meant a lot to him. They just had a baby too, so I know that really fucked him up, especially when I know he the one that paid for that surgery that she had that killed her. Yeah. But that's another story. But bruh, why is you walking around with that on you? Don't you need to have that somewhere secure? You know what I'm saying? Where nothing can happen. You got to realize you are a celebrity. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be in and out of hotels, in and out of cars, in and out of planes, here, there, everywhere. And I get it. You want to keep it close to your heart. I feel you, bro. Get a copy. Something. That's not something that you keep on you at all times. Like, we even can put on a personal level with ourselves. Okay. I'm not going to take my only birth certificate with me everywhere I go because I may fuck around and lose it. Set it down and let it get fucked up or something. And, bro, they not giving you that back. That shit done been thrown away and they didn't say fuck it. Or if they didn't, that's kind of like an admission of guilt. Like, oh, yeah, bro, I'm the one who took your shit.
Yeah.
So it's a rap city, bro. It's a rap.
Daddy, you got anything you want to add? Or
yeah, I say this. Criminals normally don't, they don't really feel empathy. Right. That's not a real good prerequisite to be in that line of business.
The only thing they can respond to is if you offer a cash reward for it.
Well, yeah, or like when happened when 2 Chainz Titted Boy got shot at and robbed in San Francisco. He hopped online and said it wasn't true. They ain't robbed me, they ain't get my wallet, they ain't get nothing. And then the guys went online and said, "Hey, we got it." And then they got arrested.
Oh man.
Well, yeah. So it was a tactic that he did that worked. But in situations like this, when most celebrities get something stolen or something robbed, you got street connections that you can reach out to be like, "Hey, man, this happened, that happened. Can you get my chain back?" And people make connections and do that. So that may be how the result of this situation. But you coming out and being like, "Hey, that was in there personal. Please give it back." That's not really how things work in that society, man. And a part of me thinks that he knows that, but a part of his hurt and his guilt from a part of what Reggie was saying, because he possibly knows he shouldn't have been walking around with that thing on. He possibly knows deep down that somebody probably told him, his mama, whoever, was like, "Hey, you need to put this up, you need to do that." But now he like, "Oh, the worst just happened." So I just think he's just reacting emotionally.
Yep.
I mean, again, that last part was my opinion. I had no facts on that. It was just, from me putting myself in his shoes, I'm like, "Oh man, I gotta get this thing back." So I go online like, "Hey, I'm sorry. It was in there. You can keep the bag, keep the money, keep the jewels, keep the drug, whatever's in there, but just give me that paper."
But listen, peep this though. Let's think about it. We'll try to get into a criminal's mind here. This in the bag with some money and shit.
Toss it.
I'm not even looking at that. I'm not even thinking. I'm taking my shit and I'm gone. Man, ain't no telling what the fuck they have.
And depending on the bag, you want to toss. You want to keep the bag because you want to, sell it. Because if it's Louis V or whatever, you can flip it.
I'm not worried about
So
that.
the contents inside is not really. Yeah, you're just looking for jewelry or cash or something quick.
Not knowing that piece of paper probably is more valuable than every fucking thing in there, But a criminal, he see the cat. Oh, I got you. I'm gone.
He thinking no versus. He especially if he knows the celebrity's item, he's out.
Gone.
Man.
You got to get rid of that because it's evidence.
It's hot.
Right.
Yeah, DC Young Fly. I'm saying, asking DC Young Fly going line. I didn't get robbed. I got my bag right here. I'm chilling. I'm doing my thing. Post like an old picture with him in the backpack on or whatever. Like, see. And then all of a sudden, somebody going line. We did get you. We caught you. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Maybe go buy.
All right.
Look, I got you.
Yeah, facts. Next up, we're gonna jump into sports, which really we're not gonna cover too much sports, but we're gonna jump into sports real quick. NBA All-Star was trash.
I've never watched it. I didn't see it this year. I just seen the highlights, and that's a shame.
I watched that shit. I liked it.
That's a shame.
I mean, I kind of liked it, but I kind of didn't.
That dunk contest I seen too. Listen, the dude that won,
Jaylen Brown.
I give him his respect. He actually
Matt McClung.
Yeah. He actually showed up. The other ones, why y'all even in it? Man, them was some 1981 dunks, man.
Yeah, I feel like Jaylen Brown. Like I thought that if he had the guy stand up and not sit in that chair with the phone, like if he would have just stood up, man, that would have made that dunk everything. He to me that would have won, but the guy sitting in the chair, you can't sit in the chair, no chair,
bro.
Put a $10 million, put a $10 million prize on that motherfucker next year and watch how good it be. Watch. That's all you got to do.
All right, so now that we did that, let's go on to the next thing in sports, and let's go to Jacques Vaughn. Jacques Vaughn.
I don't know, man. This is a tough one. I think that it's. I mean, what you expect? The Nets don't have no players, man.
I mean, they got players, but they don't have a star.
No, they don't. I mean, that's what you know what I mean. I mean, they don't.
They got a good bench. Their whole team is a good bench.
There are a whole bunch of role players,
yes,
and they're everybody taking turns pretending that they a star.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just not a good, and it's not his fault. Like he didn't pick none of those players. He didn't trade any players. He just had he got what was dealt to him, and he got a bad blow, man. So I'm hoping that if he does bounce back in the coaching ranks, again he doesn't have a real good resume as far as a head coaching wise to say, hey, I did all this, but he has the experience, man, and plus he's black, so I'm rooting for him to bounce back. But man, and I think Kevin Ali is going to possibly be in the same situation if they don't figure out the trade, a trade situation for some of those players.
I'll give a former point guard, another opportunity at head coach.
What, you talking about Ali?
No, him.
Oh, yeah, I would too.
Yeah. Next up,
not Steve Nash. No.
You're so wrong. Next up, we got Doc Rivers.
That motherfucker.
A lot of people say him in Milwaukee is not working.
Listen, he touches a 4-leaf clover at least twice a week. I swear, he's the luckiest motherfucker I've ever seen.
Yeah, I'd agree. I was thinking about that before that job.
Yeah. The last two, you could say that.
Yeah, because he got fired from the Clippers and was like on the 76ers a week later. I mean, I'm like, what the? I mean, it wasn't a week later, but I mean, he just seems
all world talent.
Yeah,
every time.
And I'm not gonna say no championships to boot because he got the one, but in my opinion, man, I would have liked to have seen him do a little more, have a little more success from the championship era. But I mean, kudos to Doc. He figures out how to get to the bag, man.
If they don't win it at least this year or next year, it's over.
Do you really think they're gonna win it this year? I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. My bad. No, they won't win it this year.
Not exactly. They're not.
Listen. I don't think they will win right this second. But with injuries, the only team they really can't straight up beat is Boston. For real, for real.
Yeah, no, I dig that.
Because
You're right.
Boston's a monster.
But on a straight up situation, I don't think they could do it. But yeah, you're right. Injuries can happen. I mean, when Giannis won the championship, injuries happen. I think Jason Tatum was hurt. And one of the in that final game, he rolled his ankle and couldn't do anything. So yeah,
Steph Curry's first title happened.
Would I
because
bet my money?
injuries like a
Would I bet my
motherfucker
money on
happen.
Milwaukee this year? No.
All right. So now it's time for the main topic or topics.
oh boy.
And one of the first ones we bring up is Drizzy. And yo, this man is, and I'm gonna say this, and y'all can. This is what we do. We debate. We have our feelings. He's top 5 hip hop, and he's probably top 10 or 15 in music overall. Period. Point blank. As an artist,
Right now or all time?
all time.
You talking about sales?
Everything. Like, bro, I'm not a Drake fan, but there's like at least 3 to 4 to 5 Drake songs that I'm like, I fucking hate this nigga, but I like that song.
I mean, even if you didn't like it, you can't fight the fact.
It's not a hit.
I like him.
This dude is like has the most number one.
Top 5 though. That's
I mean, but he's top in life.
In life,
in music, period. So,
in life,
bro,
so you could have out of your.
This is what people don't understand, and I hate it because in hip hop we have stands. We love who we love, and I'm the same way. And I try to break myself away from it.
Mm-hmm.
If you go to New York people and you tell them back then at the height of it all, or even today, Kanye West got bigger than Jay-Z. They will deny it. They will fight it. They will hate it. But worldwide, he's bigger than Jay-Z. 50 Cent worldwide is bigger than Jay-Z.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
No, his record sales, his touring sales, and everything in between. What Jay-Z did, the greatest thing Jay-Z ever did is learn from Beyonce's team. Market yourself as the biggest. So y'all think that Beyonce at a certain point in time was the biggest thing in R&B. When Mariah Carey and Alicia Keys at certain points of time where y'all thought she was the biggest was still outselling and out touring her. And Rihanna too. Rihanna probably is the biggest thing. But because they market themselves, because they promote themselves as the biggest thing, if I'll promote you, then people will believe, especially in hip-hop, that hip-hop circle culture, they believe not what they know, but what everybody else tells them. And y'all, people, not y'all, but people believe that Beyonce was the biggest thing. She's big. She's not the biggest thing worldwide. When she was, everybody thought.
I never said that. Rihanna is way bigger. Way bigger.
Celine Dion.
No, he's just talking about perception.
Perception. Celine Dion. Look, Taylor Swift. Today, black people was thought, and they still think that Beyonce's the shit. No, it's fucking Taylor Swift.
Drake has more number ones than Taylor Swift.
I mean, I'm just sitting. I mean, from a.
I'm not trying to disagree. I'm just being smart about Drake.
I know what you mean. So, bro, I don't. You don't have to like the facts. It's just the reality of it is that there's a perception, and Jay-Z caught wind of how to use perception in marketing dollars. Bro, his album sales have sucked the last few albums he put out. But what did he do?
That's because he's 55 fucking years old,
bro. Because what he did was. This is the only reason I use it against him. If I wanted to use what you just said to help him, but I can't because he chose to play the game and manipulate with marketing dollars and doing deals with Sprint. So if you was with Sprint and Sprint sat there and bought automatically right off the bat like $1 million.
You're not keeping it real. You're not keeping it real. Listen, I'm not even a Jay-Z fan, but I'm telling you, listen. If you look at how many platinum albums do Jay-Z have? Please tell the world. How many platinum albums does Jay-Z have?
I don't even know.
Tell him.
I can pull it up. I keep
Pull it
talking.
up.
I'll pull it up.
Pull it up, because you ain't got that. I don't think you even got that many fingers. Not for real. Not for real. Do you know how much money that motherfucker got, bro? He got way more money than anybody, any rapper ever born, not named Eminem or Drake. Way more money, bro. He's a billionaire. What is you talking about?
Wait, Reggie. Reggie, I'm gonna hate to hurt your feelings. Who sold more records, Jay-Z or Eminem?
Eminem.
Okay. Who sold more records, Jay-Z or Kanye West?
Kanye West.
Okay.
I don't know.
Who sold more records? Who sold more records worldwide, Jay-Z or 50 Cent?
His shit's off of one album, bro. One
Bro,
album.
it don't matter if it's one album or not.
Who got more money?
Who got more? Trying to get you to understand is that
Jay-Z is a billionaire,
bro. But it's not because of his record sales. It's because of his other venture businesses and
it's because of Rihanna.
Drake has more album sales than both.
It's because
Drake
of
has
Rihanna.
more than both.
Like I said,
I know
any rapper that you name, other than who I just said, Jay-Z has way more platinum albums, way more sales,
it's an illusion,
way more number ones than anybody that you can name
besides
them
marketing.
two people you just said.
Oh, yeah.
It's called marketing. If I market myself,
he's the greatest marketer of all time.
It will come, bro. I
If
promise
that's
you.
what it is, if that's what you think, then Jay-Z clearly is the
hold on,
greatest marketer of all time.
Jamar, he's right, Reds. But in 50 Cent, he will attest to this, that Jay-Z, through the Hard Knock Life tour, and I think maybe another tour, established a path to international I don't want to say fame, but what's the word I'm looking for? Touring, on how to tour internationally, how to get that money. So when 50 came along, they took that blueprint and multiplied it. You know what I'm saying? So his tour internationally was crazy, way more than any other artist that had ever existed on this planet at that time. So that was, again, but he took that JG blueprint, pun intended,
and Interscope Records and everything else behind it with a bigger name, because Eminem is the biggest rapper worldwide.
Yeah, they just, he just built on it.
Yeah, bro. That's why Kanye surpassed him. Okay, how about this? If Jay-Z thought, Reggie, let me ask you this: if Jay-Z
Volume
thought,
1, platinum. Volume 2, platinum. Volume 3,
all those
platinum.
albums weren't shit.
Dynasty,
all those
the
Volume 1, Volume 2, worldwide weren't shit. All those Volume 1s, Volume 2,
Kingdom Come, platinum. American Gangster,
Volume 1s, Volume 2,
Blueprint 3, platinum.
all those
Magna Carta Grill, platinum.
They were
only
not
one of Jay-Z
worldwide.
albums that's not platinum. He only has one album that's not platinum. It's the 444.
Bro, why?
He just sat here and told a lie like a motherfucker.
Bro, worldwide, Reggie, worldwide, they didn't mean shit.
So listen, did you see how many albums I just counted to you that was platinum? Did you hear how many ones I said?
US, bro. There's levels to this shit. That's what Kanye. That's what
lying. I was trying to put this on the
screen
so they can see it.
Bro, there's a reason.
And I'm gonna tell you how many he sold.
Bro, there's a reason why. There's a reason why
even lying.
There's a reason why even Pitbull or Flow Rider can walk in the same room as Jay-Z and feel confident and sit there and tell him to kiss, because on a worldwide level, Flow Rider is bigger than Jay-Z worldwide. Pitbull got bigger than Jay-Z.
Look, I'm gonna read you his album sales. Listen to his album sales. Reasonable Doubt, 1.5 million. Volume 1, 1.4 million. Now listen. It's getting good now. Volume 2, 5 million sold, bro. Volume 3, 3 million sold, bro. Motherfucking The Dynasty, 2.5 million sold, bro. Listen, the motherfucking the Blueprint, 2.7 million. The Blueprint 2, 2 million sold. The Black Album, 3 million sold. Kingdom Come, 1.5 million sold. American Gangster, 1 million sold. The Blueprint 3, 2 million sold. Magna Carta, Holy Grail, which was garbage, 1.1 million. And 444 is last album, 399,000. 399,000.
albums, bro.
Wait. You can't really say that, because again, back in the days when we're counting these sales, companies always bought records. They bought 300,000 out the door, and that was counted as sales before a dollar ever came in. These are facts. I'm not trying to say again. That's why we can't really.
He's just calling out the facts.
Yeah.
But charge both of our arguments.
Just Reggie, just research it, man. It's called, they call it Eunice for a reason.
Because what I'm saying, I just proved to
I'm
you.
not saying that you're wrong. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that what Jamar was saying about how Sprint purchased the records and that kind of does record sales because they already put that songs on people's albums.
That
what
is
I'm
true.
saying is that record companies already purchase albums, hundreds of thousands of albums, to get those sales for those artists. It happened with every artist. This is not like a Jay-Z centered thing. Every artist, record labels just did that because they wanted to keep the artist number one, especially if there was a situation at stake where they could possibly get a record by being number one. But no, it's again, just look it up, man. I don't
Ever since volume 2, did you hear after I counted from volume 2 how many 3s and 5s and 2s?
Yeah,
and 3s?
Reggie, you did, but guess what? Guess how many records Nelly sold twice? 10 plus million records twice.
Okay, so
you want to know
that's
why?
That's during the Nelly age. That's why Eminem doing his thing.
Because worldwide they're bigger. How many 50 Cent sold worldwide twice? 9
how
plus
many?
million
Listen,
records
how many albums has 50 Cent sold total? Say how many he sold total.
Kanye West continues to outpace Jay-Z.
So I'm going to go to 50 Cent
because worldwide he's a bigger name. Bro,
man, we supposed to be talking about Drake.
Yeah, you're right. Drizzy, Drake.
Bro. Okay, so Drake, 5-time Grammy Drake, right? A record 183 awards musically, from Billboard Awards to Grammys Awards to Academy Awards to ghostwriting awards, even though some claim he has a ghostwriter
himself.
Right. He has more he tied Michael Jackson with 13 number one hits. That's more hits than Whitney Houston. That's more hits than Ray Charles. That's more hits than Stevie Wonder. That's more hits than Taylor Swift. That's more hits than Janet Jackson. I mean, he is if not, should be considered as the greatest artist of our generation. It shouldn't be it shouldn't be a rap thing to this point, but to me, he would be in my top 10 on my Mount Rushmore, even though it's 5 heads of rappers all time.
Only thing holds him back is the fact that he got a ghostwriter. If he didn't have a ghostwriter, he'd be top.
Every rapper has a ghostwriter.
I mean, I know that, but I'm sort of saying bars. There's a lot of dudes that got like maybe hooks, but he had actual bars of a ghostwriter. Still overcame that to still be considered top
10. Okay, but yeah, he's up there.
He's up there, bro. He's that dude in music, in the history of music. Period. Well, we talking Beatles.
Yeah.
We talking Beatles. We talking Elvis. We talking Michael Jackson. We talking Prince. We talking who the fuck else am I mean? Backstreet Boys at their pinnacle at the ceiling height. Worldwide music.
Yeah.
Okay, but listen, because I'm not letting you get away with that 50 Cent cap neither. You're not getting away with that. That's a cap, and I'm gonna prove it to you right now. 50 Cent. I'm on the whole point ain't done yet, but I'm gonna give you half the point. 50 Cent's total worldwide sales are 30 million, right? Jay-Z's total US is 29. US, just US. So that's another cap. Super. 50 Cent's not like that. He's not up there like that. He had one great run, but he's not on Jay-Z level.
Man. You might want to look up another stat, and I'm not gonna throw it out there, but I was just thinking, tour wise, he did outdo Jay, tour wise. But again, he did. That's a fact. Worldwide tour wise, because again, he built off a platform that Jay-Z had in a sense had to create, because there were people who toured the world before Jay-Z was a rapper, but to take an actual tour with multiple different labels and different artists across the world the way they did, that didn't happen for rap. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can hear a Wu-Tang overseas, you can hear a De La Soul, you can hear a Tupac, you can hear like that, but you wouldn't have like a whole fucking tour. You know what I'm saying?
Jamar, want me to tell you what Jay-Z's worldwide album sales are? because I know now. It's 140 million
No.
compared to
That's that ringtone era shit. He's got
no,
36
no,
million.
no,
He's got 36 million world. I can pull up the stats.
bro.
I've been pulling up the stats the whole time. 36
I'm
million.
looking at it. It says
sold.
one of the world's best-selling music artists with 140 million records sold. Jay-Z has won 24 Grammy Awards, the 10th most of all time, and most awarded for any hip-hop artist jointly with Kanye West.
Reggie, you can say what you want to say. They both go on a
These
worldwide
are
tour.
facts.
Reggie, you can say what you want to say. They both go on a worldwide tour. Guess who's gonna have more sold out shows?
Yeah, but them album sales, that's not true.
Bro, Reggie, that's all that matters at this point. Because once the album is done, once the album is done, and once the records that the record company bought, you know what it comes down to? You still gotta your records still have to perform through the longevity. Guess who can still go and have more sold out shows across the world? 50
Because
Cent.
he's
And
10
guess who
years
can do
younger.
it better than 50 Cent? Eminem.
He's 10
and
years
guess who
younger.
can do it better than both of them? There's other people like, bro, I get it. We love Jay-Z as American artist. He's not that nigga over worldwide.
Listen,
He's not.
He may
Kanye's
not be.
bigger than him. Eminem's bigger than him. 50 Cent is bigger than him worldwide.
No, he's not. Listen, I just proved it to you. 50 Cent
No, you
sold
did. How many albums you named? Reggie, how many albums did you name? How many albums did you name for Jay-Z?
Listen, 50 Cent sold 30 million worldwide total compared to 140 for Jay-Z.
No, he didn't sell 140 million records worldwide, bro. They count digital bullshit in there. Actual physical copies.
So why are they not counting that with 52?
Jay-Z sold 36 million records. Jay-Z sold 36. You want me to pull it up?
I'm looking at it.
Bro, you want me to actually pull up his
I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, put it on the screen or whatever you got. Whatever you're looking at. Yeah, since we supposed to be celebrating Drake, but since we talking about 50 and Jay, you know, again, Jay's one of my favorite artists, so that's why I'm not jumping in this topic because I'll be biased.
I wish I knew how to pull this up because I'm looking.
I would never say 50 Cent is a better artist than Jay-Z. Never in my life.
No, it's not. He had one hot album.
No, but he's saying internet. I mean, Reggie, internationally, he's just saying his appeal is bigger, and that's because I just told you how, man. I told you three times.
Because he can tour more.
No, again, it wasn't about touring more. It was about again, Jay-Z provided a base of taking a actual what's the tour? It's not like Jay-Z by himself touring. Man, never mind. I don't want to talk about this shit.
Can I ask y'all both a question?
Go ahead.
Did 50 Cent sell more records than Jay-Z worldwide? The answer is no.
Oh shit! Ice-T just liked my tweet.
Did he?
Yeah.
What you tweet?
Hold up. So he had a birthday 2 days ago, right?
Yeah.
So Coco put a and I was shocked to see it. But you know, she's sitting right next to him, so she got the phone like right up to this nigga face, and he
I'm about to have to get off for a little bit.
Okay, I'm sorry. My bad. Okay. Yeah, so she got the phone to his face, right? And then you know they do the happy birthday too, and then the cake comes out, and in the middle of them singing happy birthday, he starts just forget them. He like, man, did you see this cake? It's like the hat spinning on it. It got dollars in it. It got dollars in it. It got ice on it. He got like he forgot about the whole party and everything. So I copied him and I put in quote, "Oh, it's got jewels on it. Ice-T is hilarious." I didn't think he would see that shit, and he liked it. I don't know. Okay. Sorry, it's one of my favorite artists back in the day.
Facts.
Yeah, and a true story. I got hip to Ice-T's music from Nori. Remember? Being at their basement when they lived in Liberty,
yeah.
Sid had the Ice-T cover or the album. I don't remember the name, but the one we had his hand behind his back. He had the pimp next to him, and then the girl next to that. She was like hot in like a bikini or something, right? But then when you flip the album to the back, he had like a shotgun behind his back, and she had like a knife or something like that. I thought it was like the coldest album cover ever in fucking life, and I love that shit, man. Sorry, Sid. I think I might have stole your CD, bro. So if you ever looked in that case and there was something missing, I probably took it.
Whoa. All right. So, um, so overall, let's go back to the main thing. Where'd Reggie go?
He had to come back.
Oh, okay. All right. So, we can both acknowledge, and you being a Jay-Z fan, that Jay-Z is one of the goats in hip hop.
But he's not a bigger star than 50 Cent internationally.
He's not a bigger star than 50 Cent internationally. He's not a bigger star than Drake or Eminem internationally. And he's not a bigger star than Kanye West internationally. If he was the bigger star, there's no way in the world he would have did a whole.
I mean, at a certain point, he was.
He was.
But again, the blueprint that he laid, all the artists that we're talking about use that to succeed. And so, of course.
And what he did, I swear to goodness, you might can tell me I'm wrong, and we'll jump onto the main topic. Once he married Beyonce, he got access to their team in the way that they market. In the way that they market and push and with things. He got hold of that.
I don't know. I feel what you're saying.
I thought Beyonce was selling more at certain point in time. Alicia Keys was selling more records, and Mariah Carey was still selling more records than Beyonce.
I hear what you're saying, but I know you're saying Beyonce's looked at as the bigger star, which, again, she is the bigger star to a degree, but there are moments in time where people were bigger than her, you know? Yeah. And I think the Rihanna comparison was really good. I thought the Mariah Carey Mariah Carey comparison was dope.
Celine Dion when she was alive.
Well,
did she die?
Yeah, she's not dead, man.
Oh, who was the chick that somebody died that was like a super huge singer, and they just passed away a few years ago?
How?
What's Celine Dion?
What Tina Turner? You talking about?
No, it was somebody that was moving units.
I don't know. I don't know. I can't think of who that might be. I'm sorry if are you talking about Whitney Houston? Man? No, that was a long time ago. I don't know. I can't think of who. I don't know. Like, can you pick a genre? Like, what, like artists that
like you have your R&B queens, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you would ask most people back then, they'd have swore up and down in both of their prime that Beyonce was a bigger artist worldwide than Alicia Keys. The way it was promoted. But when you put out their albums, Alicia Keys actually during that period of time sold more records. You would have thought Beyonce was the biggest thing, but Rihanna was outselling Beyonce worldwide.
And that was an issue because that's Jay-Z's team, right?
Yeah.
Doing that. And then he's married to the biggest pop star in the world. So
alleged.
Yeah, that was an issue. But
they market it. If you market somebody like they're the biggest thing in the world, and you spend the marketing dollars, and that's what Jay-Z, that's not what Jay-Z's team did, but that's what Beyonce's team did during that period of time. So the illusion was that Beyonce was the biggest. But when you looked at the numbers, go ahead, I'm sorry.
I hear what you're saying, but I'm not disagreeing, but I'm gonna say it was in a different way, right?
Okay.
If you have a artist who's having hit success with radio charts in radio records, right?
Right.
Beyonce put on big productions for her tours.
Yes.
So this is what that illusion comes from. It comes from her being known as the hardest working in show business, having the greatest show in show business. And that's what you're talking about comes from stuff like that. You see what I'm saying?
Yes. So I get it. I understand it. It's marketing. It's dollar. Like the hard truth about it is like marketing and dollars can change. Even the hardest core people can change the perception of an artist.
Yeah, well, that's why Benzino bought the source, and he turned it into a cash machine and became a multimillionaire because he was charging people for stuff that talent used to get you. You know what I'm saying? Now you got to pay Kamisi. Sorry. I remember you, sucker. I mean, no, Kamisi was my guy. But now you got to pay guys like Kamisi a couple $100 if you want to get your tape reviewed or a possibility of getting a chance in the source instead of actually having raw talent and going out there and making a name for yourself.
Agree 100%. So like learning that there's very few talents that come along that they go beyond that, right? And it's not to take away from Jay-Z. It's just that Kanye defies odds that Jay-Z can never. Jay-Z can never still overcome the ignorant shit Kanye West has said, and still sell out shoes, still sell fucking shirts that look ratted and tatted and everything else.
But why we gotta do that though? Why does it have to be a comparison in
No,
that kind of a way?
because when I say it's a comparison, because it was more about the understanding. Because when
I mean,
we're
Jay-Z's
rating
been canceled before.
when we're rating Drake on a level, right? When you're rating somebody above somebody, you have to give people the understanding that, like, if Kanye is here, Drake has to be here, because it's a rating system. Because we're talking about top five, so once we mention top five, it's a rating system automatically.
But well, if we're talking, if we're talking about top five, in all the statistical categories that we mentioned, Drake would lead them all.
I know, but you know how many people. I agree with you, so I'm agreeing. Everything you said is facts. So in my view, I told you, in my personal opinion, Drake is top 10, probably top 5
That's not
musically of all time.
I agree in that way, but on my personal list, I wouldn't have him in the top 5.
In my personal list either, I wouldn't. But
so let's do that. Okay, forget the personal thing. Who's your top 5 list? Corporate musicians.
I don't want to say corporate. Let's just say respecting the fact that their impact, everything else they've done musically, right? Okay. This is no particular order, so don't judge me on my top 5, because it's not like I didn't put them in order. You can judge me on my top 5, but don't judge the order. Beatles are in there. Michael Jackson is in there. Prince is in there. Drake is in there. And Elvis, Prince, Michael Jackson, the Beatles. I didn't say Elvis, because I think there's got to be somebody bigger than Elvis. And it's got to be
the Beatles, singer. Michael Jackson,
Prince.
Prince, Drake, and who's the 5th?
It's got to be. It's got probably a boy band. Probably because New Kids on the Block were big.
I mean, the Beatles were a boy band.
I know, but back then we didn't look at it. It's probably a rock group. It's probably a rock group that I'm disrespecting right now.
Rolling Stones?
Probably Rolling Stones. You know what I mean? Or Queen. Rolling Stones or Queen.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's just my overall respect and learning more about different music and stuff like that. But that's why I say, even if you don't put Drake in your top 5, he's top 10 with his impact worldwide of music.
Undeniable.
There's just certain. Eminem is in that same thing worldwide. You know me. I'm a 50 fan. 50's not top 10. He's probably top 25, but he's not top 10. Him and Kanye are outside the top 10 probably. But Kanye's working himself continuously because he defied all odds and controversy, and still is humongous.
Okay.
Even his fuck ups still keep him in the topic of conversation worldwide.
Yeah, I would have to say that's by design.
Yeah. So that's what I'm sitting there saying. It's not a slight to. I know Reg loves Jigga. I like Jigga. I don't love Jigga, but I like Jigga. If you ask me if Jigga in my hip hop top 5, hell yeah. Because there's levels to it.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, I mean, the weird part about it is that Drake's accomplished so much on a bigger level that you're lightweight ignorant to not have him in your top 5 for hip hop because of what he's accomplished on a bigger scale. Yeah. Even if you don't agree, because he got a ghostwriter and everything else. And I've had to accept that.
Everybody has a ghostwriter.
Yeah. Tupac is my number 1, and there's people who can argue with me all day. My personal top 5, Pac's in there. Scarface is the greatest Southern rapper of all time, in my personal opinion.
Trick Daddy.
Trick Daddy. Trick Daddy's up there. He deserves it. I put Lil Wayne above him only because his earlier career and what he grew to be.
You put Lil Wayne above Scarface?
No, above Trick Daddy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'm with that.
yeah. Lil Wayne, it go like Eminem.
His Trick really had just the 2 albums, man. I mean, the third, you could say that, but okay, go ahead.
Yeah, Eminem, Pac, Face, Jay, Drake.
Okay.
And those are my personals, but those are my personals with me trying to be fair. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I listen to Eminem, but I'm actually yours. What's your personal top 5?
Are we talking like personal?
Yeah, personal.
Number 1 is Nas, of course. Number 2 is Big.
Yep.
Number 3 is Meth.
EBTHOD.
Number 4 is Red.
HOD.
Number 4 is Red. He threw me off. That was my end because never mind. I was gonna tell the story, but never mind.
Go ahead.
All right, so back in the day in high school, my best friend Kane, I was living in Manassas, Virginia, my senior year. It was our senior year. And he had a car, right? Yeah, he had a car, and every morning we would bang Method Man to Cal on the way to school. So by the time we got to school, had like the long snake line because you got to wait because you got to wait to get to school. So we bumping Method Man. So in the car, we recognized that it was girls in the other cars, like in front of us and behind us, that was watching us, right? So there was a song, a part in it's either Bring the Pain, Bring the Pain. Where he said, "Moving on your left, Southpaw, Mr. Meth." He was like, "Hey, when he say moving on your left, let's bust to the left." So we in the car, like doing our little dance in the car, right? And then moving on your left, and then we both go left like that. And then we kind of look back at the girls, and they're like, "Oh, they're going crazy." And I'm like, "Yes, we did it. Right. So it was just, man, I just been rocking with Meth for so long. But anyway, so my last pick, and this is gonna be kind of hard because again, I hold Scarface to the highest regard, but I gotta put Wayne there. And personally, Scarface has meant more to me in my life. Listening to his music has done more.
Wayne's accomplishment and contributions.
Yeah,
and how many
I seen a man die.
Saved and made. Yeah.
He has meant more to me than Wayne. But when I put together everything that Wayne has done, I can't keep him out.
And I know Reggie can come back and defend himself, and I get what Jay-Z meant to Reggie.
No, you don't know what he meant to me.
But
like, forget Reggie.
Me and your experience from doing music to understand how this music business works while trying to break into it, from turning down an opportunity to have a record contract and everything else, like you look at the business a lot different.
Yeah.
And so with that, and through our years of loving hip hop as pure, like I don't really call us probably pure, but in our own right, pure hip hop loyalists. Like, bro, like it's just like life. It's just like these politics. It'll break your heart with the bullshit that goes on behind the scenes.
Yeah,
that you could never fathom, but it's just the reality. It's just the beast of the game.
And having a ghostwriter is the reason why Kanye West will never be on that list. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, and we both know it. Now, if you ask us musically, who's one of the most creative geniuses of all time, Kanye is probably freaking top 5. Mm-hmm. He's got to be top 5. He's up there with Prince as far as being creatively a genius. Yeah. Him and Prince actually might be number 1. And I know I'm gonna name somebody. You can tell me I'm wrong, and nobody's expecting me to say it. But DJ Quick musically is a genius. Bro, he learned to play all his fucking instruments too.
Yeah. Quick is no joke, man. That dude is no joke.
But and don't get me wrong, Dr. Dre got an ear. You can't take away from the talent of an ear. But Quick was musically more talented personally with making his beats. Dr. Dre got probably the best ear ever in music, but Quick was musically more talented.
Same. I mean, that Safe and Sound album.
Yeah.
Sonically, man.
Bro.
Yeah, that Safe and Sound album. That shit.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, to piggyback off of that.
Yeah.
Quincy Jones used to put out his Quincy's Grooves, and I believe that's where Quick got his Quick Grooves from. You know, so rap has built on the backs of some pioneers, but we also got some pioneers, man. So shout out to you for bringing up Quick, because I wouldn't have thought about that, but that dude, production wise, flawless, still to this day.
Yeah,
I was listening to Way Too Funky last week. That's funny,
man, bro. It was a period in time like Quick was our fucking god.
Yeah, you better believe it, man.
Bro,
just a day in the life of a player named Quick. I'm just a stubborn kind of fella with a head like a brick, and just because I think they say that I'm local, but I don't give a fuck. So blame it on the local.
Bro, it was because
our guy, man.
It was understanding. I think Quick made us look at rap different, because before we heard rappers, we might have known Dr. Dre was a producer.
Yeah,
but Snoop Dogg's hype was so big it overshadowed that, and we were too young to understand or appreciate. I'm not gonna speak for you. What Dr. Dre meant to NWA, but even then he had ghostwriters. Quick,
yeah, but by the time Snoop was out, Quick already had 2 albums out.
Yeah,
maybe
that's what I'm
3,
saying.
possibly.
But Quick, we knew Quick wrote his own shit,
produced it,
produced his own shit, and we was like, "Oh my god!"
They done broke in my house and done stole my shit.
Stole my shit. They was thought that I was going to play
the punk role
just because my
equipment got stole.
Man, and to that, it was like, it was growing up and loving rap music like we did.
Facts.
Quick was an introduction, and people give Kanye a lot of credit, but Quick was Kanye way before we ever had Kanye.
Mm-hmm.
Because we associate, well, I don't want to say me, because me and you know better, but hip hop associates not DJ Quick, but Kanye and some of these other guys as J. Cole and so forth, are the pioneers of this producing and rapping at the same time. And Quick gets slept on.
Yeah. Oh, he was the
He was like what him and Dr. And no, actually, for a producer / writer, Quick didn't have no ghostwriters. I've never heard in the history of hip hop anybody come out and say I wrote anything for Quick.
Well, okay, so it wasn't. I don't think they necessarily took like lyric. Like, I wrote this bar for Quick, but here, but Player Ham.
They helped him with hooks a lot. He said they helped him with hooks.
Yeah, so
but he said that none of them never wrote his verses.
Okay, I hear that, but I'm telling you, a bar here or there probably came from second to none. A bar here or there probably, because that's just how it is.
But that's for every rapper.
That's what I tried to tell you. Even if it's not somebody writing down a fucking list of shit, it just happens. Even
Jay-Z's got people that helped him out on the bar here and there. Everybody goes to
a bar. I mean, he's like, you ever seen Big Burks? Like, if you ever listen to In My Lifetime Volume 1, that's Big Burks' whole life. It's his all his sayings and stuff that he used to say to Jay, his stuff that he got from his grandma. Those are things, Cashmere Thoughts, like, my what do you say? My flows like silk to find women, how I slide up in them, like the way all those little things that he was using. Or if I had your hand, I cut mine off. Like, those are those are slangs that Biggs got from his grandmas and them, who was at pimps and things that he picked up. And of course, he rolling with Jay, so Jay just kind of took that. Now, granted, he didn't go in the studio like, "Hey, Jay, write this bar." You know what I'm saying? But those are his words coming out of somebody else's mouth.
I got you. No, you 100% right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's still ghostwriting, because it's not your shit, but it's, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't know. It's hard to explain, but that's why I know
what you mean. I 100% understand what you mean. So we both can agree, artistically, musically, from a standpoint, Drake is top 10 of all time overall for music.
Man, he's
earned that.
Yeah,
he's earned that.
Yeah.
Hip hop, he's definitely top 10 for hip hop. If you go hip hop specifically and you want to cut him out because you got a ghostwriter, which is big. If he didn't have a ghost, I swear, nobody never found out he had a ghostwriter,
that's
number one.
That's not how it should go, man. That stuff like that's got to come out because
But
those
it
should be
has to count because we hold rap to a different standard.
yeah, but those should be things that in your career, right?
Yeah,
But because he was
we
able to,
overcame.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So he was able to overcome that and still be considered. So yeah, but in a sense, like Kanye West, when it comes to rap and hip hop top 5, top 10, if you ask the actual hip hop fan, he really not there. But of course, if you ask a Kanye West fan, oh
Yeah.
my God,
Oh,
is the
because his albums, I think Kanye gets measured. We
well,
those
they
who
don't
know,
care.
they
The
don't
people,
care
hip hop
because you
purists
measure
care,
the body of work.
but his fans don't care
They
because
don't care.
again,
Yeah,
yeah, it's a totally different,
and
a
I don't
totally
think Reggie understood that. That I think Reggie equates who's better to sales compared to the fact of Jay.
well, that's how most people argue
Yeah,
things.
Kanye's not a better rapper than Jay-Z. No, not a better hip hop artist than Jay-Z,
But
but he's a better, bigger rapper than
but
Jay-Z.
truth be told, I think you might have brought the sales up first. You know what I'm saying? Like I think you might have
Well,
put
he
that
went to
out
go
there.
defend it, but Kanye West is like
You would because you already had the stats. You already said what
I
what he
already knew.
sold.
I already had the argument so many times before, won and lost them that it
Yeah,
was a
but no,
fixed
it's
game
no. We
going
don't got
into
to
it.
argue it. We don't got to relitigate. I'm not on
Yeah.
that. You know, I
So
get
you're
it.
right. No, you're right. I agree with you. I went into it with a fixed argument because why make an argument of something that I don't know or that I have no idea about compared to the fact that I love hip hop.
Yeah,
Me and you both, we love hip hop. Me and you have had these arguments. Me and
drop
you have had
dead.
these arguments so much so
I-
now that when I say shit, you were like, I know where this motherfucker's going. And I already
yeah.
know what he's doing.
Do you remember when we were in Columbus and we were arguing the Nas and Jay Z beef? We were in your living room. You and E was living together. I don't
Yeah.
think B was there at that point. Maybe
He
he
was
wasn't.
there. He was probably still there. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I don't think B was there,
They might not have been there. No.
but in I think you were arguing for Jay Z, and I said something that I won't really admit to a lot of people. Um, and I'm a Jay Z fan, but at the time, I'm like, he's not winning that beef.
Oh, the ether. It was ether time.
Yeah, but what Jay said, and this is after this is maybe an album after Ether, but we still arguing it because it's still, because again, that whole beef didn't stop right there. When Ether came out, they still had beef. Like people don't realize that it wasn't over.
It went over. No.
But Jay-Z said something. He said, my skills revolve like the sun around the earth. 38 shell casings wrapped around your shirt. And then you got some crying in surround sound from the hearse. And the sun does not revolve around the earth. But I mean, I get it was a hot bar. He was spitting it. So during that time we were arguing, I pulled that out, and I think Stroll was there too. When we were all arguing this thing, and I'm sitting there thinking, like, okay, he's great. We know he's got this, got that. But then I point that out, like, hey, he's so great, but he can't spit facts.
Oh, he couldn't. He's not. It's Jay-Z is bro, and I could be wrong, and I probably can't catch flack for this. I'm about to do a hot take. Jay-Z is the Donald Trump of hip hop.
Stop it. No,
Bro,
no, I don't.
My money makes you respect me way more and appreciate me way more.
That's not a good comparison, man. I just
Donald Trump. It's all marketing.
If Donald Trump was never a bigot, if he was never a racist, if he was
I don't mean it within those stamps.
I know, but I know what you're saying, but when you say that, that's what comes out because that don't get heard.
Because there's nobody else better to compare from a standpoint.
There is a lot of
does good.
I don't know. I don't even want to talk about that guy.
Who can you compare on that same level from a marketing, from a sales?
Well, I'm a fan of Jay, so to me, I don't care about his marketing and I don't care about his sales.
But we look at it different in certain instances.
Yeah, like I'm old enough to realize that Reasonable Doubt didn't go platinum when it first came out,
Right,
and
right,
My
right, right,
Lifetime didn't go platinum when it
right,
first came out. The
right.
only reason it started to go platinum is because after Biggie died, then he came out with Hard Knock Life,
Yeah,
and then the Annie song comes out. So then all those other albums start to go because now he's going. But when those albums first came out,
they wasn't
it was
platinum. He
yeah,
wasn't a
it
platinum
was
selling artist. I know
yeah.
that. You
He
know
had
that. But
one
we
gold
love hip hop.
single, and that was ain't at that time. One gold single was "Ain't No Nigga." All these other singles weren't really
Right.
successful until Hard Knock Life. I mean, yeah, with the Annie
But
joint.
but me and you, we love hip hop so much that Reggie doesn't understand that when he came out with that "Show Me What You Got, Little Mama," like
Mhm.
niggas was trashing it, but the deal was already done for those numbers to already have been pre-sold for the deal he did for that album. That was a Sprint album.
Okay.
So what I'm sitting there saying is like, if you look at what the million Sprint had already pushed to move to anybody who's got Sprint and got title. I think it was a title deal too. No, don't get me wrong. There's levels saying like, yo, is Jay-Z a dope ass businessman? Fuck yes.
I mean, but I
Yo,
hear that, but that every record label has bought units. Like that's nothing new.
that wasn't a record label at that time. That
It
was
doesn't matter. They
it
still
was
bought
a cell
units.
phone company.
It doesn't matter. It
It
was still
matters
pre-bought
because those
units.
aren't your true sales. I don't give a fuck.
It's nobody's true sales.
Right.
If you got
I don't give a fuck.
300,000, if you got
I learned
300,
from you. I
no,
learned from you.
what you're
I'm
saying
using
is
you against you. I
no,
don't
you're
give a
applying
fuck
an
what you
emotional
tell me.
argument to facts. The emotional argument is the fact that I'm not going to look at these, but I'm going to apply these facts.
Yes.
When all record labels sold, they
But
bought
in the
their own
grand
units.
scheme, but no, you're right. I'm not going to say no. You're right. So we're agreeing. I'm agreeing with you because I know you know the truth, but you also know that in reality that shit don't matter. So I'm there with you in reality of it all. But I'm also there with you within the fact that you've been there with me the whole time tonight. That like Reggie won't understand it, but in Reggie's mind, this is the truth because all he's gonna look at is the numbers and never dig within the numbers. But me and you both know because we love hip hop so much that when the shit was actually happened, we can remember the
I mean,
argument.
50 Cent said as much. I mean, he
Yeah.
said like he went to tons of countries where they never even heard of who Jay-Z was. Now Snoop is a different situation.
Oh,
Now,
Snoop.
to
But
me,
that's
in
how
my
Snoop
opinion,
retweeted me.
he's a
Retweeted me.
bigger international star than everybody you just mentioned. But
Except
his
for
name
Eminem. Or Drake. Except for
no,
Drake.
he's known worldwide more than Drake. Just not with record sales and things, but as far as
Okay, I'll give you that. I'm gonna even call Neil and say I agree that Snoop is the most might be the.
he is the most recognizable rapper in the
Can I
world.
say a rapper that's been dead this whole entire time and he's more recognizable than Snoop worldwide?
Who?
Tupac. The record sales will never reflect it, but
because you don't mention
impact.
Pac without talking about Snoop. So
no, you don't mention Snoop, interview Snoop without asking him about Tupac.
okay, great, because he was a legend. But at the same time, if you never, I don't know.
I'm agreeing with you. You made a great point, and I couldn't fight it. Snoop retweeted me off of that. Y'all get so caught up in the dollar signs that y'all don't realize that Snoop's influence in hip hop is bigger. And Snoop retweeted me off of that, bro. I feel like $1 million man.
Yeah, no, but it's facts though. It's definitely facts,
bro. Before Snoop, niggas wasn't growing their shit out and froze all like that and getting braids. Snoop made niggas turn around and start getting braids again.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I know you know it. I know it. But when
I would say more so Bone, but Bone kind of
Bone help push it.
No, I mean I hear what you're saying. I agree to an extent. But I'm trying as a person who was in Cleveland when that shit came out, every motherfucker had braids because of Bone. I'm trying to tell you.
Hockey jersey, Snoop.
What about it?
Hockey jersey, Snoop.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Weed hats,
Corona
Snoop,
Fro,
weed logo, Snoop.
Corona Fro, niggas riding on the front of the bikes with hockey jerseys. Bro, like when Snoop hit, and this is what I tell people. Culturally, it's hard to find somebody who hit hip hop like Snoop did. Culturally, bro, Snoop is worldwide, but to hip hop specifically, his impact in hip hop when he came, is, bro. Me and you was in like what, junior high, elementary, and the Snoop came. Everybody grew out froze. Everybody started wearing hockey.
Yeah.
When Bone
it
came,
was junior high.
Junior high. When Bone came, it just like took it to a level times 10.
Yeah,
but
it was
Snoop
ridiculous.
In Death Row,
I would say he started the trend for sure.
Yeah, that's what started the trend. Ain't nobody give a nigga. We was in Ohio and still happy that they was wearing Pittsburgh Pirate jerseys, but we in Ohio, but we took pride in it.
I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, bro. It's yeah. All right. So wait. So we about to end this, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't pull it up. I had it counts, but it don't count. But I'll be honest about it. Me and B had a conversation. And during this conversation, he was going over about some people being upset because Biden did a thing with some black people, and an alleged picture exists with him taking a picture with black people celebrating something. There was fried chicken in the picture, right? So I asked B, tell me I'm wrong. You my bro. I know you're gonna tell me I'm wrong. If it was pasta and it was Italians in the picture, would Italians be wrong? Would Italians get mad? He was like, no. I said, if it was sauerkraut and sausage, would Germans get wrong? If it was potatoes and whatever the fuck, would Polish get wrong? He was like, no. I was like, bro, like it's we got to come out of this fucking thing. He got mad. He got pissed off. And then I did it with this. This is what I'm getting to right here. This point, this is the meat and potatoes of it all. And I asked him, I said, bro, and somebody who's in business, who's a minority himself, I won't say his name. I'll tell you off camera who it was. He was like, yo, black people are the only people concerned about black owned. He was like, no other fucking race. Nobody else does it. Nobody. I'm a minority-owned business in America my whole fucking entire life, and I understand that the dichotomy or whatever the fuck he said, the word he used about racism and all the other bullshit in America is true. He was like, well, black people, black African Americans are the only ones that go be like, yo, this is black owned. He said, and when he said it to me, I was like, what the fuck you talk about? Then he said, yo, Arabs own a lot of stores in the hood. They be like, this is airborne. Fuck no. Ethiopians, and he been to Columbus. Ethiopians own all the hood ass clubs, the nigga own clubs in Columbus, and this we only use Columbus for that. He was like, do they be like, this is Ethiopian owned? No, they don't. He was like, they just sit there and open a club in markets or whatever the case. He like, Asians, they still own shit in the black and Hispanic communities. Do the Asians be like, this is Asian owned when they open them stores there? Did they market it that way? No. He was like, black people are the only motherfuckers. He didn't say this. I'm saying motherfuckers. Black people are the only people that's concerned about that. He was like, if you're not delegating a specific product, that shit don't mean shit. You actually hurt yourself in the process because you're so focused on trying to gain a certain audience that you cut out a whole bunch of other people that could have came into your store that been like, yo, I just looking for this, a hair grease, or I'm just looking for this, or whatever the fuck it is. But you cut yourself out. You marginalize your profit. Basically what he said.
Okay. I would say that he's more Donald Trump.
No, he's not a Donald Trump fan.
No, I know, but I'm saying he's more Donald Trump than Jay-Z, because he's ignorant. The issue with other races surmising what they think African Americans are doing wrong or doing right is the fact that you didn't participate in the diaspora. You didn't have your culture ripped away from you. You weren't brought over here in chains and pretty much dehumanized, right?
Right.
So what he's talking about is a sneeze, a cough, phlegm you spit out in the street. The actual issue is the sickness that's inside of America. As to why Black people feel like they have to say Black owned in order to be recognized, because we were because we were disenfranchised. We were disenfranchised in this country, and not able to have things because we were Black.
Yes.
So, if this person you were speaking of is not African American or Native American, I don't give a fuck what he thinks.
So
I don't care.
Well, okay,
he can look at us to say whatever phrase we want to take ourselves away from any kind of money.
Bro.
But in my opinion, I don't care.
I got it. So let's say he's one of those two things you put up in front of him.
What, Black or Native American?
Yes.
Okay, if he's Black, he's ignorant. He's saying. If he's Native American, he's ignorant. He's saying.
No, he's Native American. He's not.
Oh, ignorant. That's even worse.
No. When he said no.
Like, if he's Native American, do you know what Native Americans do on reservations?
Bro, what I'm sitting there saying is, listen, what I'm about to say to you. Mm-hmm. What he's saying is that all the ignorance, the triumphs, the fights, the bullshit that you went through are all valid. He didn't ignore those. What he said was that in this diaspora, in this time and place, in this world today, they don't give a fuck about that.
And I don't care who don't give a fuck about
I know,
that.
wait, no. You got to look at it from a business perspective.
I don't care of the business perspective.
Bro.
I'm looking at it from a moral perspective.
You're putting your personal emotions in.
No, I said a moral perspective.
Let me finish with the point he was making. Okay?
And his point's not his opinion.
Listen to the point, bro. You cutting out the point without you cutting out the point.
Can you
listen? I hear
the fact that his point is an opinion.
Let me make the point, and then you can.
But his point is an opinion, right?
Okay, let me finish because I heard other people say this point.
I don't care.
It doesn't matter your personal feelings. Let me finish it, and then I'm asking you for your personal.
I could care less what somebody got to say about my.
Let me finish first, and then give your. I want to give a. I
already gave you my opinion.
No, let me give a full context statement, and then those who watch us can rely and ride on your full point of view. So that's all I'm asking you. I get what you're saying.
Go ahead and finish his point.
Let me get what you're saying. Let me point out what he's saying. He's saying that. And I had an argument with B. We ain't got to say B's full name. I had an argument with B about it. And what I told to B was, his point was this, and B tried to use it against me and it failed horribly. And maybe B just a horrible person to argue with. He was like, yo, I work for government and people have to allocate themselves as minorities to get business loans. I was like, yo, when Ethiopians, Somalians, or Nigerians go for business loans, do they allocate themselves as whatever case to get the loan? He was like, yeah. I said, when they put that out to the public, do they publicize it? Do they advertise it? Do they announce it as this is Nigerian owned, this is Ethiopian owned, this is Somalian owned? And he was like, he couldn't answer it because he knows the truth, but he knew answering the truth would go against what he said. And I was like, they don't. They'll turn around and hustle hard to get the African American loans. And I talked to other Black business owners when I had this conversation. Wait, I know what you want to say.
No, you're not making his point because you're talking about your point. But anyway, I met. Hold on, wait.
So his
I
point.
met a nice,
his point. I was like, yes. To apply for a loan, Brian.
You're not making your friend's point. You're making your point.
No, to apply for a loan is a whole different conversation about advertising your business. I know what point you want to come in to try to help him out. I was already prepared for it.
I'm not helping anybody. What are you talking about?
Because you just sat there and brought it up.
Brought what up?
You just sat there and said, you made your point. What is his point? I
Who,
said,
Brian's?
well, Brian's.
I don't care about Brian's point.
Why you ain't supposed to say this nigga's name?
I don't care about his point. I don't care about his
what
point.
I'm sitting there saying to him is what he said, and what other black-owned business people I talked to in the process was like, yo, in my time of learning how business goes, is that as a business owner, I want to collect business. I've learned within that time to establish myself as a black-owned business has been more hurtful than helpful. It has cut me out, it's marginalized me with people who want to come to my business. So what I do is I don't advertise, I don't marginalize myself as a black-owned business. I'm just a business that offers a service. Unless I have a specifically black-owned group or target market I have, then I use that. But if I don't, I'm not advertising and marketing that, because today's society, whether I agree with it or not, understands that, and then they shy away from that. That's what I've talked to black business owners who have been in it, who will be like, yo, like, if when I market this way, it limits me.
Okay.
When I market this way, it offers an opportunity for other people to come in, because society pays attention. People pay attention when all the bullshit that's going on. And unfortunately, and he was like, Sean said it. I'm going to say Sean, my dude. He can watch this podcast. He'll come back on comment on it. Sean was like, yo, people pay attention and they know. And when they know, and him being a business owner, he was like, they react to it. And when they react to it, that's where your interest comes from. And they be like, yo, like, these only black folks only. Because they be like black owned. So in people that are ignorant and don't understand the struggle and everything else, which is majority of them, fuck America, majority of America and black America, they don't understand the struggle. He was like, they don't get it. I can't play that game. So he sat there and said, like, yo, I'd rather build off of the fact of like, here's this, without putting my race into it.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I don't have anything to say.
Am I wrong?
I don't care.
Wait. Can I be right?
No, I don't care. Like, everything, the semantics that we're arguing, it all boils down to one thing. And this all boils down to racism. And the way this country has marginalized black people to, in a sense, force us to do what we're doing. That's the only thing. And now you can unblack it and make more money, or you could black it up and make less money. I mean, what you're talking about is chasing what are you talking about is chasing capitalism. So yes, you become a microcosm of what this country actually is instead of who you really are. So you vanilla. No, it's the same. You vanilla yourself in order to make it more acceptable.
But everybody's
it's the same mentality. It's the same mentality that causes some people to bleed skin to get more acceptance.
I know, but
it's the same mentality. It's the same mentality.
I'm agreeing.
Okay, but I can still talk, right?
Wait, my bad. Don't get.
I'm just asking. I'm just
saying I agree with you. I just
but I'm talking. You don't have to tell me you agree with me. I'm just talking.
Oh, go ahead.
It's the same mindset that tells people that they have to de-blackify something, that you have to, comb your hair or
what other race does that in America? Answer me.
Well,
what other race advertises that they're Asian owned, Ethiopian owned, Somalian owned, Nigerian owned? Or better yet,
I was trying to tell you, but you won't shut up 5 seconds for me to talk.
No, I'm finished.
Today I met a woman named Esther Nemba, and she's from Congo. She's been in the U.S. for about 14 years now, and she has a food company. I'm gonna mess up the name. Fahari is the name of her company, right? And she's at the event I'm at today. She's doing the food table I don't know any of the food that's on the table. I don't know Congo. And she's, the guy said, "Hey, we got some Congolese food." I'm like, "What the heck is that?" I've never heard of Congolese. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know any of that stuff, right?
Wait, keep
So,
talking.
so we go over to her table. I see the name Congolese. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that's about. I mean, so I start asking her, but then she starts educating me that her food comes from her native country, from the Congo, and the name Fahari means beautiful in her Congo native tongue. So she's taken her Congolesian food, and when she came to America, because they were suffering from violence and things, she had to flee the country by force. And when she got here, this is her contribution to take her native homeland and bring it to America. So yes, they do identify their businesses and talk about what they are, especially when it comes to food. So I don't know where you get that from. There's even the name. I mean, Jamaican Kitchen. I could Google that, and it's like 40 of them in Cleveland. They all identify with their native culture. Now, granted, some Haitian people don't, because of course they look at that as a negative, but in a lot of ways people don't want people to know what their culture is, because they don't want to be judged. They want to be looked at as the product and not the race behind the product, because we live in a fucking racist country. So that's where all this stuff stems from. It stems from racism, and it stems from a negative place. Don't ever point the finger at black people and say, "Black people, why y'all do this, why y'all do that," and look at us like we're the fucking problem. It is what happened. That's exactly what happened, because that's what you said.
No,
and I'm taking your exact words.
Bro. Here's the dope part about this conversation, and I love you to death, and you my big bro. And 9 times out of 10, I'll always listen to you. The conversation happened amongst a person who lives in fucking dog got an ass in here, but having a conversation with one person is in one part of America, another part of America that come from wait, let me finish. They come from 2 minority groups. Well, actually, no, 3 minority groups.
That's even worse.
The dope part about our conversation I had with these people was this: is that they understand that they understand just as much as we do America's fucked up history, and they experienced it in their own ways with the racism. You know what? A lot of them sit there and say one of the most racist groups that they come across in their time in America. And I'm not excusing it, not unexcusing it. One of the most racist groups they come across in their process and time of trying to adjust or grow in America was number 1 was black folks. Number 2 was the white folks. And this is just the testimonies of people that I've talked to who have either born and raised in this country, or their parents came to this country and they had to grow up in this country. And I probably spit that out wrong. What I'm sitting here saying to you is this: black folks, black folks always have the best word I can describe is sometimes that victim mentality comes to bite you in the ass, and it becomes a comfort zone. And there's a lot of black people who never experience racism because they never come out of their comfort zone to experience life outside of it, that rely on what they've been taught, what others have experienced and not their own experience, and they rely on that and they repeat it. I've seen it firsthand as a black man in America.
So black people can be racist?
Huh?
Black people can be racist?
Huh?
Black people can be racist?
Yes, they can. And so for other people,
are you sure?
Wait, huh?
You might want to look up the.
No, black people can be prejudiced.
Thank you.
There you go. I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to play off the words, bro.
No, I'm not playing on your words. How am I playing on your words? You said the words.
Because when I say
words have meaning, that's what you tend to forget. You tend to forget that words have meaning. When you talk, I listen. And it's unfortunate that I listen sometimes, but I listen. And you said your friend said racist. So again, your friend lacks a real good understanding of what definitions come from.
Big bro.
Prejudice and racism are different things.
Big bro.
So for him to say black people are racist, it tells me off top that you're ignorant.
No, I'm not ignorant.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about your friend that you quoted.
No, I'm not, because that's their experience. How you gonna tell somebody their experience is ignorant? That's ignorant.
He just said black people are racist.
America is ignorant.
He just said black people are racist.
Bro.
Can black people be racist?
Bro,
Jamar, and you answered the question, didn't you?
What?
You answered the question that black people couldn't be racist, right? You said what the correct word was, right?
Prejudice.
Okay. Now you said that your friend said that we were racist, right?
No. My friend ignorantly sat there and said racist. I could listen to me.
You just said he couldn't be ignorant because of his experience.
Listen to me, because I'm going. No, bro. Stop. If you, I promise you. Listen to me. If you listen
to what I listen.
No,
you just told me.
No, because me and you both.
Your friend couldn't be ignorant because of his experience.
No,
you just said he couldn't be ignorant because of his experience, and I just proved to you that he was ignorant. I just proved it to you. I just proved it to you. You just said it yourself. You just said it yourself that he was ignorant.
Because you didn't listen to what I'm about to say.
I listened. I heard you use the word.
No, because you let me finish.
I'm listening to what your friend said.
Let me finish
multiple times.
Let me finish and come with your same statement.
I don't want to come with any more statements. You already proved my point that he's fucking ignorant. And you proved my point for me.
You know what I'm about to do is correct exactly the bullshit you just came with. So you want to finish?
I just said what you said.
No.
And then you just said what I said.
A key word. What is the key word I just used?
You just told me
bro,
that your friend was not ignorant.
No,
because
what's the key word I just used?
But then you said he was ignorant.
Let me
because he used the wrong phrase.
No.
So yeah, he's ignorant.
No, let me finish.
You can finish what you want, man. I'm done with your conversation because you fucked up.
Because you can't listen. Listen.
I heard you say two different words, right?
No. Are you gonna
finish? It's nothing for you to finish. You fucked it up.
If you can't comprehend
Foot in mouth,
then that means you know that what I'm about to say next.
I don't give a fuck because you
I
off
know
base.
You don't give a fuck because you heard what you wanted to hear.
I got this sock right here,
bro.
Right there. That's what you just did by saying he said the word racist.
That's
why you said the word racist instead of the word prejudice.
No,
and you didn't correct your friend because possibly maybe you didn't know yourself. And I didn't even call you ignorant, and you think I called you that, but because you're the one that's not listening.
You're right.
Because you're not listening.
You're right. Because
and then you accuse me of not being the one that's listening, but I corrected you several times.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
There's no reason to be sorry.
No,
you already been corrected. I don't need you sorry.
I didn't let you finish.
I've already finished because you finished it for me. I called your friend ignorant. You said he couldn't be ignorant because of his experiences. And then you turned around and said that he used the wrong word. So that was ignorant.
No,
so yeah, he is ignorant.
I used the wrong word. If you let me finish, I used the wrong word.
So your friend said the word prejudice.
Yeah, and I used the wrong word. I'm telling you. My friend said he didn't use ignorant. He didn't use prejudice. He didn't use racist. He didn't use none of those words. If you let me finish, he sat there and this person sat there and said was like, no one cares. No other race cares about that but black people.
That's not what we talked about.
That's what the conversation started off.
What you switched the conversation to? I'm not talking about the start. I'm talking about when you said the racist part.
I said that, hey,
all the racists that I've met, all the people that I've met.
My bad. I misspoke. My bad. I misspoke.
Let's end the episode, please, man. Please, because I'm gonna say something.
Because you're not listening. You refuse to listen.
Okay, great. You're right. Great. I didn't listen. I'm wrong on the whole thing.
That's my fault.
In the episode,
I was trying to correct it.
In the episode, like you're right. I fucked it all up.
No, you didn't. I'm not saying you fucked it
I'm not listening.
I'm saying no, bro. It doesn't have to end like that. I'm saying
it already ended because you're talking bullshit. So stop it.
If you bro, stop,
man.
Stop. If you listen to me, all I'm saying is I misspoke. Basically, it comes down to this. I misspoke. The person sat there and said that no one gives a fuck about race in that matter that black people give a fuck about race. So when black people be so busy focused on this is black owned this, black owned this, black owned that, no other race, not Ethiopians, not Somalians, not Nigerians, not any other race. They don't use that. They don't say Ethiopian owned. They don't say Somalian owned. They don't say black owned. They don't. They present a business. Black Americans in this country, yes, our trauma plays a part into it, but the conversation was had based upon the fact of today's modern standards and what goes on with it. And people have, I don't want to say moved on, but the business world itself has moved on. And they don't care about that. And some people feel marginalized when we base everything off of black owned this, black owned this. Unless you're targeting a specific audience, when you say, yo, this is black owned because you're selling a black hair product, or black owned because you're selling a minority based program, or you're selling something that specifically relates to that race. If you have a restaurant, the best thing you could do for yourself is not sit there and be like, yo, this is black owned. Nah, sell your restaurant, hustle hard, and sell your restaurant to whoever wants to come support your community. If you go look at the numbers, look at the amount of black businesses that fail because they want to only target black audiences compared to those who sit there and say, I don't want to limit myself. I want to sell myself to a wider audience, a wider variance, a wider amount of people that want to support me and come out. Basically, it's not about, in that instance, you can still gain money off of people who come into your business, no matter what your business is, black owned, white owned, whatever case. But if your business is your business, if your business is your business, you can take that money like the Asians do, no matter if they open a corner store in a hood or in their community, or like the Arabs do, whether they open a store in a hood or a black community or a white community. You take the money you receive off of it and put it back into your community. I can't make it up. It's about understanding the process of it. And I love my brother to death, but my brother is also one of the people that just, he knows what he knows, and he's still stuck on the old school thought process. Please, if you are a black owner of a business, and if your main target audience is only black people, then go for it. Do what you do. But if you put us in a service, a product, or something that extends beyond just black people, and it reaches out to anybody can use that service, they don't care. Do what you want to do, but they don't. The world doesn't care about black owned. Only people care about black owned is black people. Hustle your ass off and don't limit yourself. Sell your product, make your money off of whoever the fuck you want to make your money off of, and then put it back into the community. Don't base it off of, yo, it's black owned, so then only black people show up, and then your margins and your profit and your business and your model was limited. You got to listen sometimes and not hear what you want to hear. Listen. And that's the hard part about it. So that's just the reality of it. Yo, that black owned business model was dope if you only selling shit to those that are in your community, and it's a black owned community. If you want to expand, if you want to grow, if you want to build something dope, whatever the case, because other black people who come into this America, and they only look at them as black people, the Somalians, the Nigerians, the Ethiopians, and so forth and so on. When have you ever heard Mexican people open a store or whatever the case, wherever neighborhood they be at, like, yo, it's Mexican owned? They don't. They don't give a fuck who they sell to. They sell to whoever. When have you ever heard white people like, it's white owned? No one does it. This is the harsh truth about it. Other people, if you got a product or a thing to sell, you go to the audience you're trying to reach. If you only trying to reach black people, yo, this black owned. Yo, this is black people, whatever the case. If it's not that case, yo, don't limit yourself. Don't fall into the economy. Don't fall into the bullshit. Market your profit. Not your profit, but your business to multiple streams of income. Don't get caught up in the bullshit. This is me. And this is Black V. This is AKJ Harris. And I don't want to go bullshit you, man. Like, it's whatever. And this is what we go through with trying to learn and educate each other on the truth. My brother may come back next weekend, or the next time we pod and be like, yo, this is this, and come with stats and data and number. He may educate me. But from my conversations with other races, not only in other races, as well as including black races, most black business owners, the biggest lesson they learned was to stop limiting themselves to a certain audience, to stop limiting themselves to a certain group, to stop limiting themselves to a certain purchasing group. They've learned that if I'm selling a product and it's not race related, but I'm selling a good, I want everybody to come. And it doesn't mean that you can't be black and proud. All it's saying is that you can be a black business owner but sell product to any other race because they do it to us all the damn time. They do it to us all the damn time. Half the time, y'all don't even know who you buy your hair care products from. Half the time, you don't know who you buy your goddamn lotion from, or whatever case. Most of the people that make lotion that black people all put on is not black. But they not like, yo, it's a white-owned business, or it's a Middle Eastern business, or it's an Arab-owned business, or it's a Mexican-owned business. No. Bro, come on. Y'all smarter than that. I love y'all. Be the growth, not the stagnicity. Be the growth, not the people stuck in the same damn place. So this is Black V signing out. I love y'all. God bless y'all. If you think my message is wrong, please leave a comment. Please share it and tell other people to leave a comment and tell me where I'm wrong. Please reach out so we can have a real conversation about how I'm wrong. Or if I'm right, support, share, add on to it, educate me so I can be better in my argument about how I'm right. But the point is that I'm only reaching out what's going to make our people grow. I'm only reaching out what's going to help our people sit there, become better individuals, better overall, and not limit ourselves. Because the goal is, while you stuck in this capitalistic system, is to conquer the capitalistic system. So I'm just only trying to give you the tools, the keys, what I've learned, or talk to other people, or other people who are making it, what they're giving me. If that makes me the bad guy, then so be it. But I just want my people to succeed. So I love y'all. God bless y'all, and good night.